Brand new intro. Yeah, short and sweet, just like me.
Well, one out of two, yeah.
Yeah, just 2 out of
He is pretty
3
sweet.
ain't bad.
Is
Remember
he?
Meatloaf?
We were just talking about
Meatloaf's
us,
fucking
but I was
awesome.
talking about Meatloaf the other day, and somebody had never seen Fight Club, and
This is Bob.
we were talking about. I was like, Bob has huge,
Bob has bitch tits.
and he was like, I'm sorry, and this dude's like prim proper dude, and I was like, you've never seen Fight Club? He's like, no. He's like, all right, let me ask you this. Meatloaf would do anything for love, but he won't do that. What's the one thing he wouldn't do? And he's like, oh, never thought of that. I was like, I think it's pegging. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. And I feel like his lover asked him, you're like, let me fucking roll reverse and get down on that beehole. And he was like, I won't do that.
I won't do that.
That's what that song was about.
That's
That's
that.
not
Oh my
Paradise by
God,
Passport
that's what that
Plates.
song is.
No,
No, it is not.
I don't know. I mean,
I think it's cheating.
yeah, maybe.
I think it's cheating.
Probably. You know, there was probably like an article written about it in the Source or Double XL or one of those.
We could probably investigate this, but we're just gonna make shit up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it.
That's
Or-
what the internet's for.
If the folks at home want to comment,
Could be a
what
Cleveland
would
Steamer.
Meatloaf not do?
But
Yes.
you know, in death, we have a name. His name was Robert Paulson. His name was Robert Paulson.
His name was Robert Paulson. Speaking of Robert Paulson, if you want to let your hair fucking go and just have a good old time, Off the Record is unofficially sponsored. Well, probably actually is officially sponsored by TaylorMade Motorcycles. You're
Yes.
looking for the baddest ass custom rides on 2 wheels, going to make the ladies drip and I don't know where I was going. Needless to say, come on down to TaylorMade Motorcycles for the baddest ass motorcycle shit in all the area, if you will, from shit, I don't know, man, mahogany clutch pedals to
Got those?
things that made out of kryptonite and
Got that? Yep.
It would help if you knew anything about a motorcycle.
Kryptonite. grips.
flywheels, belt driven. I just know the wall, and I watch those things at Sturgis, and there's a lot of half-naked ladies, so I'm like, if I'm into like half-naked ladies, I feel like a motorcycle is probably a great avenue to find them.
You're not wrong.
I'm not into I'm into marriage, so hunting down half-naked ladies isn't my thing. But if I was a single man or somebody going through a midlife crisis and had like one of those butthole eater goatees, I would totally fucking hit.
Like this one? What the
No,
fuck you trying to say?
that's not that.
Okay.
You understand? Like
This is a
that.
speed strike, baby.
Yeah, that is built for a whole other purpose.
built for speed.
Yeah, that's below the belt.
The landing strip.
Yeah, and it's not for landing anything other than vagine on it. So
That's right.
Yeah. But you know what I'm
Shane-
talking about. That anyway. Long story short.
Shane, now, on the other
TaylorMade
hand,
motor-
can hunt down half-naked ladies. So I need to build him a bike.
I'm allowed. I can't,
I don't.
but I'm
think-
allowed.
Yeah.
Legally
Well,
or
Legally allowed.
morally?
The insurance policy we took out on Shane when we started this band strictly forbids him from having a motorcycle or going on a motorcycle ride. And it's not because of his poor judgment, although that does play a role in it. It's the poor judgment of the people around him,
Makes
which
sense.
is us. So
That's true.
Makes sense. In fact, Falls Chase was here last week, and Dylan was giving out rides to all the band members after
Dylan gave me a
the
mustache
show.
ride
Yep.
last show we played with him.
Yep. And I could have swore I saw you riding around on Dylan's bike. No,
I mean-
nothing.
I can neither confirm nor deny it.
There's burnout marks in my yard.
Maybe.
Shane's underwear hanging off a fence post.
Although I think I would take Buck and put him on the handlebars and just go.
Oh,
for a
definitely. Definitely. Let them dreads slap you in the
ride.
face.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was fun. It was a good time.
America.
Freedom. You can smell the freedom from here.
It's pungent. Stings the nostrils.
Oh, I thought that was the pollen.
It's like a
Oh yeah, maybe that is. That's tree freedom, or tree pee, whichever one we want to talk about.
yeah.
It's not pee.
No.
No. It's
No.
tree square.
What?
Say that for the kids. Tree square.
Oh yeah, why
You
not?
say that out
I don't
loud?
think are there. Do children watch this podcast? Maybe.
I don't know. I mean,
You
our
know what
biggest
Landon
demographic
is
is
like?
I know mine doesn't.
Landon's like 12. Well, you know what? Most kids. Well, you know what? Long story short, after last week's debacle, if you will. No, I'm just kidding. Whatever y'all fed my boy, fucking drummer Wisniewski. That dude, he was on his shit, man. Y'all fucking wound him up and just let him roll, and there was no stopping. I've never seen Landon be quiet.
It was refreshing but disturbing at the same time.
Yeah, because that dude was all over the place.
Damn it.
I enjoyed it.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah. Coming back.
Yeah, you throw it out in the universe and it comes
Turn it
right
off.
back to you.
I did.
It's like a boomerang.
Well,
But from that like little feral kid from Mad Max.
dude, that'd be rad.
It would be rad. Pop up out of the ground, which, I got thinking about that. So I have some mole in my yard.
I thought you were talking a different kind of
that-
hole.
No.
I want to see it.
These ones, so they hit these little tunnels. And I'm thinking, that has to be the worst fucking way to travel. That is so inefficient. You're burning up a bunch of energy digging tunnels.
Well, they've got these
Why not,
claws.
why not like a possum that shit right across the yard like everybody else?
Here's what you do: you catch a fucking a mole, and let's put a small camera on him and have him go through these
Like one of those little
fucking
leash
tunnels.
cameras.
Oh yeah, how rad would that be?
Or collar cameras.
Would you say gooch camera?
A gooch a bonch maybe. West Coast gooch is a
They
bonch.
build them for dogs. The ones that
There's probably a small enough camera you can put on a little yard mole, and I feel like having them run through those tunnels would be pretty rad. I mean, what I
But did they ever come back through?
They do all kinds of weird shit in there. Like, yeah. Well, you know what? I gotta be honest with you. I don't know a whole
We
lot.
got so much shit to Google.
Yeah, there's too much.
What would Meatloaf do for love? Do the moles go back through the tunnels?
Do the moles go back through their holes? That's a song.
wasn't there a
right
cartoon
there.
with a bunch of moles from like the 80s? Or am I just having like a weird flashback?
Well, no. It was like there was one mole is going through the tunnel and he stops, and the next mole bumps into him, and
Well, there's a secret in them.
he hits his head, and
They
then
were
the third
rats.
mole bumps.
Fraggle
Right.
Rock. Fraggle Rock.
Well, Fraggle
And then the
Rocks or
third mole
Fraggles.
bumps into the other mole, and it's in his butt. And they're like, I smell mole asses. See,
That's where it came from.
that's where it comes from.
That was the longest lead up.
Not really. It was pretty short. Anyway, so Snorts and Smurfs were really the same thing, but one was underwater and one was on land.
Were Smurfs evolved snorts? Like a million
It's tough to
years?
tell. So
They climbed out of the ocean.
here's the other
started
thing.
walking.
Smurfs, there was one female Smurf, and they made a movie to try to explain it all. But I feel like, how are these motherfuckers multiplying? Can't be traditional means. And why are they all dudes?
Maybe they're not.
There were
There was
Snorkettes.
Smurfette. Oh, Snorket. There was like one female. Again, it's the same damn show.
Okay, wait a second.
It's like GoBots
You know what?
and Transformers.
I assumed that there were female Snorks. I never. Okay,
Right.
Shannon.
Check in.
That was one of the few cartoons I just never really paid any attention
I just
to.
remember Come Along with the Snorks. Something Snorks.
Did you?
I never came with.
You beat me to it.
I was not.
You beat me to it.
Of
I
course.
definitely was not at the
He
age
beat
where.
both of us to it.
Well,
You know, Mason,
yeah.
you're one of the most interesting guys that I know. But there are some times where I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Me too.
Okay.
I wander into a conversation. I'm like, how
Welcome
the
to
fuck
being
do I
his
get
friend.
out of here?
Now, wait a minute. Come to think of it, How many female Thundercats were there? Tigra? Or Tigra? What was her name?
One.
Tigra?
One.
Tigra?
No, two.
Tigers? Two?
One of the twins was a chick. The two, like the two twins.
Oh, right.
But you also got to think Thundercats was ahead of the curve, right? Because it was.
But they also they had to leave their planet. Everybody else died. So there were other females. They just died.
Wow.
Yeah, the Smurfs, you just go to a village. It's an
Yeah,
old
there
dude
is.
with a white beard, a bunch of dudes, Smurfette, and then like a child Smurf, the little one that for some reason they started just naming them things.
You also have
Daisy
to
or
keep in mind the misogyny that was going on. That's pretty prevalent during those times. Whatever female characters, whether it be cartoons or even the movies, the chick was always like the romance part of the fucking story. The chick had nothing to do.
The chick was feminine.
Yeah, the chick had nothing to do
Maybe Handy's
with the
purpose.
story. She was just kind of there.
That's how
Maybe
he got
that was
name.
his job.
Handy. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the
I
thing.
mean, Smurfette can't do it all.
Maybe it's
Look.
counterintuitive where
She catches fire.
it's
after a while.
Adam instead of Adam and Eve, it was Adam and Steve, but it was two Smurfs. Maybe Smurfs were progressive. Think about that.
Yeah, I like it.
Not as progressive as Thundercats, because Thundercats had a black character as well as two more female characters.
Technically, he was blue, but I see where
Bro.
they're going with it.
Go back and listen to the voicing.
Oh no, he was black.
Dude, you're like, why the fuck did y'all do it like that? But
He was
I'm
black.
okay with it, but looking back at it now as a grown-up, I'm like, that's fucked up.
But he was also the cool one.
Oh, yeah, everybody wanted to be Panther.
Everybody wanted to be Panthro.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you remember from the A-Team?
B.A.
T.
Baracus.
Mr. T.
Yeah, I remember all of them, but Mr. T
Oh
was
yeah,
where
I
it's
do.
at.
I do remember all.
There was
of
a
them, but
blonde guy and an old guy. That's all.
there's Face,
Face,
Hannibal's the old guy.
and Murdoch,
Face and Murdoch.
and
then
and B.A.
occasional
Baracus.
plugged-in female characters from time to time that would each season would change. But yeah, fucking Magnum PI. You have Magnum,
TC.
TC,
Got to
and
fly the helicopter.
TC was badass.
He was
Who was his the Diet Magnum?
the other white guy that we don't remember.
His name was like Kurt or something. It was one of those dumb like
No one
what-
cares. It was
Yeah.
Magnum and TC.
The main guys, yeah. Yeah, because the other dude would just like go get the cars and shit. Come on, Magnum, let me drive the me. Piss off, it's not his. And then Higgins, yeah.
Well, yeah,
Because
Higgins.
nobody's going to notice you following them around in a...
If you ever
Vesperado.
want to go on like a magical quest of like what the fuck, so apparently the dude, and I don't remember his name, and I feel bad about it. The guy that played Higgins was like fucking like well-known theatrical actor, like stage actor, plays. This dude's played like Hamlet. He's played fucking King Arthur. He's played all these like dynamic roles in England, and he gets this role on Magnum PI. And you can tell he's like, well, fuck, this is my payday. So he's like doing Hannibal the best. Not Hannibal. He's doing
TC.
no, the fucking
Oh, Higgins.
He's doing Higgins the
Oh.
best he can. Sorry, I said Higgins. If y'all don't remember, he's the guy that wore the little short shorts, and he had the fucking John Waters mustache.
He was a butler. He was his...
Yeah, he was,
He was
the,
like the
guy that
butler,
oversaw
but
the
not
estate.
really a butler.
He
ran
oversaw the estate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Batman had...
Alfred.
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 Yeah.
He was... Yeah,
So
he
You
was-
got
Higgins
that wrong.
was-
Jay will come down here for real.
So what's crazy is this dude, there's some episodes where you start watching it, you're like, what the fuck? And they wrote this weird storyline where Higgins' brother, which makes absolutely fucking no sense at all. Higgins is English. His brother was a Scottish, he was of Scottish rite, and he was a Catholic priest. And he shows up, and they have to like figure out how to keep him from getting in trouble as a Scottish priest and all this shit. It wasn't involving kids, but it was mainly being drunk and stuff. Long story short, Higgins plays both roles, and I was like, this motherfucker's trying to like flex his acting abilities on all of us and show us all the shit, and it's over everybody's head in America. Long story short, Thunder the Snake is back at Off the Record Podcast, and not only have we gone off the record, we've gone off the rails.
It's all the fucking rails.
That's right. So you guys are a...
I'm currently on
band?
all the rails.
We are a band. We are
You guys are a
not
band?
a vintage television conglomerate that speak. Yeah.
We will be starting.
to
Under the
cut,
Snakes Vintage Television Podcast.
Yeah.
I had to cut you off before you broke into Airwolf or some shit.
Vintage
I love
podcast.
Airwolf.
That's
I still can't figure out what the hell is going on besides dude just flying around a helicopter.
Yeah, Airwolf was just
I mean,
kind
do you
of.
really need anything more than
If
that?
we're
though?
being completely honest, Airwolf was Knight Rider in a helicopter.
Yep.
Pretty much. And Knight Rider was badass, so automatically Airwolf's going to be badass.
So back then it was like no original
Speaking of,
ideas.
did you see my video earlier?
Similar to the movies today.
It's called Cocaine Wars, the 70s B movie, starring a mustachioed John Schneider, Bo Duke.
All right.
And then he's like running around in a brothel, and I wasn't watching it.
I thought it was a documentary.
It was on the Shop TV, and I just kept looking up, and he's just like he's in a brothel, and he's like flirting with the girls, but he's like, no, we can't go back to that room. He's got a Bandit Magnum level mustache
straight
and just
cookie
long
duster,
curly, and he's all cut off sleeves and like short shorts, and he's running around punching dudes.
Well, here's the real question.
I don't know what happened in that movie, but I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
If you recast Dukes of Hazzard today,
I would still do Tom Wopat and
I'm throwing
John Schneider.
I'm throwing what is it, John Bernthal in there.
He would make a good.
That's the guy
Luke
that
Duke.
played Punisher in the
John Bernthal.
Netflix. He also
He's a little short, but I was gonna say Tom
Ryan
Hardy.
Reynolds.
Ooh, that would be rad. But Ryan Reynolds is like,
He's Ryan Reynolds in every role.
yeah, Ryan Reynolds has Vince Vaughn syndrome, where it's like it doesn't matter what he does, it's the same fucking thing.
Denzel Washington.
thing.
Yeah.
No, Denzel Washington's totally different.
Is it a...
Really is, because like.
He's Denzel,
So
but
Denzel did all these badass movies. Like most of the people don't think of the movies in it until he was a bad guy in fucking Training Day, and that's the one that won him an Oscar. He did a shit ton of awesome stuff. Now his delivery is very similar in all the things, and that's one of the impersonations that'd be awesome if y'all could pull off, but definitely can't.
You'll get it. I got faith in you.
I gotta practice it
I
to
got
get it.
faith
Anyway,
in you.
if you can get Jet, you can get Denzel.
no, probably not. I have to watch that one. That one comedian that does him all the time, Jay Farrell.
Oh yeah.
Or Jay Farrow.
Yeah, so speaking of Jay, who are you guys? What do you do and who's missing?
Oh shit. We are Thunder the Snake. And normally we are a
6-piece.
Six-piece
Yeah,
band.
We have 6 of us.
6-piece bands featuring 4-part harmonies, and the other folks couldn't be here. We have one member that's out there saving lives. We have another member serving up packages on his OnlyFans. We have a guy that's
Subscribe and save. Get a year subscription.
it's called Mana Quinn
Got it.
at OnlyFans.
An amateur hockey player.
We got an amateur hockey player playing in fucking Dad Beer League in North Florida, and yeah, we got a dude that's just playing the guitar. Just a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude, probably.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, the two of us. I beat my wife in rock paper scissors, so I was able to come out tonight. And Shane, they were out of roller dogs at the Circle K, so he said,
They were.
well, "Giddy up, let's
I
do
looked
it."
earlier.
But,
Welcome back for the 4th time,
At least.
Yeah.
which is how you custom intro.
Like a little punch card.
It was pretty
I spent all night baking it too, as you guys know, because you
Yep.
guys showed up just before it was finished.
Yep.
Yep. I had to get a second mortgage on the house for all them special effects.
They were nice though.
It really makes a girl feel pretty. I can tell you that.
Well, you are what you are, you know.
Yeah,
It works out
I am
nice.
what I eat. You know what I'm saying?
Your roller dog
Gross.
from the Circle K.
Roller Dog. That's a fucking
There's
awesome.
a song title. That's a band name, Roller
Dude,
Dog.
that's what I'm saying. Holy shit. And like a fucking street name. What do they call you on the streets, bro? Roller Dog.
That would be good.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, long story short, there
Yeah.
we just we had a new single come out today, Axe to Grind, on all streaming platforms. We got to record. It was one of those things. You guys had Kyle Ollie-Good on the podcast. And
Yes.
we got to watch, and I was like, man, I really like what this dude's saying. And our friend Maurice reached out to both of us and said, hey, my buddy Kyle that did my whole album, he's heard about you, seen your stuff. He wants to see what's up. And I was like, hell yeah. So we got in a situation, and we were like, yeah, let's set a hard, fast date. Let's go record. And Kyle was like, these are the dates I got. We booked it, and we went in there with kind of like expectation of one thing. And we've done it before. We've always recorded with well, not always, but in Thunder the Snake, we learned, in 27 South, we learned you get what you pay for with recording. And there were so many times where we went, our friend Doodoo Puss Randy can do it, and he's got a fucking...
Randy could not do it.
Randy could not do it. Just rocking a SM58 in a box that a DI box. It doesn't come out the same as going to somebody that literally does this for a living. So the best recordings we had from 27 South were all done super early in our game at Earth Sound with Lee. And we went and recorded our first 3 singles at Earth Sound with Lee with Thunder the Snake. Came out awesome, we thought, and we liked it. And we're like, well, you know what? It'd be cool not to have to drive to Valdosta and see what what's the difference, because we only have real experience with Lee, and both guys are fantastically talented, and like it was super cool to work with, just to see how other engineer producers.
Yeah,
I mean, really, you're getting with Kyle, you're getting production.
You're getting production.
Some dudes are like, okay, what do you want? Okay, you could do it like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and they punch you in. But Kyle's like, well, what do you think about this?
Yes.
And like,
or what are you trying to do?
Yeah, what are you
this?
trying to do? Do you have, like, he was very big up front. He said, hey, do you have any things you want to reference while recording?
What do you mean?
So if, say there's an album you like, and you're like, I really like the way the chorus sounds. You send it to him, and even if he's something he's not familiar with, he'll listen to it, and he'll try to he would dissect what you were doing or what they were doing on it, and then he would be like, okay, that's this kind of setup, or like the research. He would research whatever you're looking. So when we went in and we had our talk with him, we were basically like, the other thing was he had us come in and do a tour of the studio while this dude should be making money. He was like, come to the studio, check everything out, ask questions, let's kind of feel each other out with the process. And like, it was a whole experience there that like I'm not used to having, and it really felt genuine, which is awesome. So
he's a genuine bloke.
He really is a good dude, man, to the point that like even today when we announced that our single came out, he's like the first dude that was out there sharing it.
Saw that.
Dude, how awesome is that? Like, how many times? And that really shows you that's, scene supporting scene. And, like,
yes.
You guys do the same thing with other guys put out their singles and stuff like that. But imagine how crazy it would be if it was like, hey, Tragic and Thunder the Snake are 2 different animals, but Tragic said, hey, our buddies in Thunder the Snake threw this out, boom. Then we get exposed to some of their crowd. Tragic comes with a fucking single, and we throw our shit out there. Fucking Falls Chase puts out a single. It's like, hey, our buddies in Falls Chase just pop this out. And that whole reciprocal kind of thing where everybody's helping each other out instead of, fighting for the crumbs that we're all fighting for. It's everybody's just looking out for each other. Because, I mean, if we're being completely honest, the way music is now, there's not a whole lot to benefit. Like, what ideal situation, what are you looking to get, right? Somebody to pay for you to record. And then you're going to get pennies on what you recorded. I'm cool with that. But then there are cats out there that want to fucking tour. And, like, that's where touring guys make money. Or that's where individual bands make money. I'm like, I'm at a point in my career where I can't afford to be like, all right, see you luckers later. I'm going out for 18 months with Molly Hatchet or Turd Ferguson and the Daily Grind, whatever band.
I love that band.
That's another great band name.
Yeah. Roller Dogs.
Roller Dogs.
On
open
tour
for,
this fall.
On
Roller
tour this
Dogs
fall.
with
Roller
special
Dogs.
guest Turd Ferguson.
But yeah, so like you don't normally see that at the studio level where a guy's going to take the time with his own social media stuff. And if you think about it, it's just a smart business move. Number one, maybe there's fans of ours that want to record something and they find out that we had a great experience at Gasoline Alley and they look up Kyle, and they're like, I'm going to go record there. Maybe his guys find us. One cat that, it was probably, Shane, you said it best, was the nicest thing anybody's ever said about us.
Hey, he said we sound like Clutch.
Huh.
I was like,
The dude
that's the
listen-
nicest thing anyone's ever said
Yeah,
about a band I was in.
I can see that. I can see that. I
There's
mean,
Clutch-esque vibes to it for sure. But
I mean,
yeah,
it's the nicest because no one's ever said anything nice about the bands I've been in. But it was still nice that someone referenced Clutch when talking about us.
but the whole experience was super awesome, and
Well, the cool thing was like we got to the point where we were done for the day. Like the time that we had paid for, we were done.
oh yeah,
And we were getting ready to pack up and like I guess we're gonna have to book another session. We hadn't done any vocals, and he was like, "No, fuck that. We're finishing this song today." Like we'd already been in there 8-10 hours. He's like, "No, we're finishing shit today."
Damn.
We're on a roll. He's like, "I'm in the zone." He's like, "Nobody's going nowhere. We're gonna finish it." And we're like, "Fuck yes!" Like it wasn't like, "All right, guys,
Time's up.
And
time's up. Pay me and get the fuck out."
Right.
It was like, let's just keep going. Because I was like, I guess we're just gonna have to book another day and we'll come back and I'll do my vocals and then Mason will do it. And, he was like, "We ain't going nowhere." I'm like, "Fuck yes."
Locks the door.
Yeah. And it was like,
Takes off his pants.
and he was like,
We are here now. You're in my world.
"Yep." And it was like, yes.
What was really cool about it is like we had just ideas that we had been spitballing and things like live we do, it's Shane and then I sing, and we do kind of and it sounds corny as fuck, but I think we pull off kind of like an Alice in Chains thing where the two of our voices are similar enough and we sing in the same key-ish that it delivers this kind of different tone. And then Kelby is the special sauce, and she to add all the color.
Oh, yes.
And then Jay, dude, I don't know how he can either. He's like, all right, if I go up, it'll sound good because it won't be where Kelby's at, but it'll be between where he can fill in the bottom. He
went off to Maryland and came back knowing how to sing. I don't know how
well, the
that
thing
happened.
is like, and in 27
he couldn't
South,
sing before, and he came back and he could
Crossroads.
sing.
Them crossroads.
And he wasn't playing in bands up there.
Yeah, so
He went up there, spent a year, and didn't play guitar and didn't sing, and came back and
then
crab meat or something?
You
I
know
don't
what it
know.
was? He probably watched a bunch of Rick
he
Beato.
got crabs
Maybe.
from Maryland.
Oh yeah.
Maryland crabs. Yeah.
Yeah, Maryland
Yeah.
crabs. Not crab.
I know what you meant. Yeah. Sure.
But also crabs.
But, so the cool thing with Kyle was like, we're like, hey, what do you think about this and this and this? And he was like, yeah, let's do that. And like there was towards the end of the song, and eventually we'll get to play it. We play the last chorus again, but then we fucking it's like 7-layer cake of.
It drops out and then it just keeps adding more
And,
more,
like,
more.
I was like, I can sing it here, and then I sang it here, and he was like, holy shit, okay, yeah, record that. And like we layered a bunch of vocals and everything, and there's some hidden stuff in there, and like it was such a pleasure to work with somebody that was as passionate about our music
Fuck yes.
as we were, you know what I mean? To the point that it almost like revitalized that song. We've always been like, oh, this is a great hook. It's the longest chorus fucking ever known to man.
His long chorus.
And it's sung 5 times in the song, but
Don't bore us. Get to.
yeah,
chorus.
don't bore us, get to the court, man. We did the love in the elevator method on that one. But he literally was like all in from Jump Street, and like I even wrote a horn part, and I was like, yeah, this is the horn part, and I did it on the keyboard, and he's like, you guys got a horn guy to come in? I was like,
We know a couple
we
people.
could probably find somebody. He's like, if that's something y'all want to do, let's make it happen. And I was like, wow, let's just get it recorded. But there was nothing you could say that he wasn't fucking like willing to do. And
Well, that's that one thing.
oh yeah, the same thing, fucking Meatloaf. I'll do anything for a record, but I won't do that. That's called a callback in comedy. You're welcome.
He said no to that.
But yeah, so it was a pretty badass experience working with Kyle Ollygood at Gasoline Alley, and it's a cool fucking studio, man.
It is.
And Sev was there, so
Which one of y'all tripped over that surfboard?
Kyle, nobody
Really?
tripped over it.
It's gotten to where I really try to listen to everything that he puts out, regardless of what it is.
Like what genre? Yeah.
Yeah, regardless of the genre. There was and I don't remember the artist. Maybe it's best that I don't name the artist. There was one artist. I wasn't really a fan of the music because it wasn't my kind of music.
Right.
But that aside, I could appreciate how fucking good the production
quality,
was.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like he's got tricks up his sleeve, and like I have very limited production knowledge on like how to do things. I couldn't, if you put me behind the console to do it, I can't do it. But if it's like, okay, you take these sounds and you do this and you run this compressor and blah blah blah, and I was having chopping it up with him about those things, and he was just like, yeah, that's this, and he'd be like, oh yeah, I've never thought of it that way. You could do it like this, or I can do this. And there were so many like, and he's so fast. So like sometimes you know, especially in tracking drums, you might get a mishit on a head, and like it's a great take. Otherwise, he's big on keeping that big like organic vibe, live sound. And he's like, you might have an off hit. He fucking, before you even hear the playback, he's gone and fixed that.
He's already fixed it.
He already knows where it's at.
Yeah.
And like, he really is a master of his craft, man. So if any of you guys are out there wanting to record, I can't speak highly enough about Gasoline Alley. I know there's a lot of other good studios in town, and there's a lot of good producers, but I think you're getting a whole package
for what he does.
Yeah.
Excuse me. For what he does, and on top of that, the support that he gives, not just to the bands, but the scene. Our community as a whole. It's gotten to where if somebody talks about production, Kyle, I'm
to the point like
period.
I did like need to, for whatever reason, budgetary wise, we were like, okay, we're gonna record this stuff here. I'm still sending him for mixes, like, because to the point, and like we try not to be difficult, we try not to be prima donnas, but sometimes we're like, this needs to come up. Not you.
Why are you
saying
looking at me?
I'm looking at you because you're in the band.
But no, I hear what you're saying. This is your baby,
Right?
Because Reed won't show up.
There's some.
Can't look at him. Reed,
You
by the
see
way, I'm
that,
talking
Reed?
to you.
This is way more difficult than my baby.
I'm coming at you, Reed. Coming for you.
She's a breeze compared to this one.
You're out there giving wristers.
Like a spider monkey.
He's
top
going
top shelf
5
Sally.
hole.
He's going 5-hole. Whatever
Jack
else I
up
can
on
remember.
Bush Light and Thunder the Snake.
But he
Like an ESPN fucking warning.
if you came in with like a, hey, can this come up, this, that, blah, 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 within like an hour, he had you back a mix, or usually even faster. He's like, yep.
And
no
literally
problem.
said, I don't care how many times you tell me to do this.
And the other, because I hate being like, hey, can this come up
Can
a
we
little
try
bit?
this? Try to bring
He
this
didn't
up
get-
and this down.
Did not give
See
a
how
shit.
it mixes. He's
If
like,
you were
"Keep
like,
doing
hey,
it."
pull all of this out and fart in a microphone and put it in there, he wouldn't question you. He would just do it. And the thing is like that, I don't think you get that. I don't think you can get that from other places. You know what I mean? I don't imagine you going to one of those big studios in Atlanta and you're telling the dude on the mix bag to be like, I want X, Y, and Z without getting a pile of attitude, after the third time. And I don't feel like they were super difficult to the point that one time I sent him like a message that was pretty long. He's like, hey,
I didn't read that. Fuck off.
he's like, no, he
No,
said,
he didn't say that.
TLDR.
no, he said, hey, I'm reading through this. If you have time for a phone call, let me know. I just want to make sure I understand what you're saying. And I was like, most people are like, yeah, that's what you said. Fucking yellow hat, purple peanut butter. That's what I did. And we're like, that sounds like hammered dog shit. But he called, and I told him, I was like, this is what we hear. This is what we're trying to do. He's like, okay, here's my solution for it. What do you think of that? Like, he didn't say, I got it and fix it. He ran it by me for, like, you don't get that. Like, there's a level of customer service that,
Especially on this level. Like,
yeah,
we are an
absolutely.
unsigned band, unsigned local
we're
band.
fucking has-beens caught never will
We don't
be's
have
bodies.
the backing of a record company or managers and agents. Nothing. Anyone who
Never seen an Asian.
emails him can book studio time with him, and he will do the same thing for them.
Yeah.
Like, as opposed to normally you go to a studio, you're not a signed band, you're nobody, you're just trying to record some music. You kind of get the attitude treat, especially if you ask for changes. With him, it was like, what else do you need from me to make it better? Like, through the entire process. which is way different on that level. Like he's giving everyone $1 million treatment for not $1 million. Like he's not charging
$1 million
that.
treatment on a trailer park budget, man.
Mason, exactly what you said. In the customer, I've been in customer service for a long fucking time, and I've been on escalated situations. And one of the things that they teach you in customer service is, especially whenever you have a difficult or complicated situation, fucking listen to what's being said and actively listen,
right.
And then don't just fucking repeat back what they said. Put it in your own words to make sure that we have a fucking understanding of what the expectations were. So whenever you said customer service, that's exactly where I went in my mind.
Right, and I ran a sporting goods store for 10 years, and it boils all literally everything communicating in life, whether it's your relationship, whether it's in the job, whether it's in the recording studio, it literally rolls right back to customer service. You greet the individual, you find out what the problem is, you offer a full and complete solution, you fucking cement the relationship and party on and cement the relationship.
And you smurf.
And you smurf it up. So
He was my favorite Smurf.
I also wanted to ask you. So you guys were in the studio for, you said 10 hours?
it was a
It was
long
about a 10-hour day.
Yeah.
I mean, were you
It's supposed to
fucking?
be 8 hours, and I think it was.
Were
10,
you
almost
all
11.
there at the same time?
Yeah.
For
All of us.
Jesus fucks.
So like some of us when they got their part done, the big
Like,
thing with us is
Jay and Reed both had
had
to
to
leave
bail out early,
at around the 8-hour mark.
Okay.
but they
Even
were
still.
there.
done. But you
They
know,
were there for the first 8, and then
Tell me you're not fucking tired.
that was
so
exhausting.
it's
Yeah.
imagine.
And the weird
doing
thing
it
is,
3
you're not
days.
doing anything physical.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Like, I mean, okay, play guitar, play bit. Read a little bit physical, but
Absolutely.
not really.
But a lot of times it's
But it's more
mentally
mental.
draining.
Exactly.
Because you're trying to. All right, that sounds exactly like what I just heard. But I
Right.
think it's different, but I'm not sure. But now I've been here for 8 hours listening to one song.
Listen to the same
8
song
hours.
over and
Yeah.
over
It's
and
like
over
I don't
again.
even know what I'm listening to anymore.
Well, and here's the thing: is once the final mix came, I was like, okay, I hear that, and then like I still pick up on things. I was like, oh shit, I just noticed that. That's rad. But one of the funniest shits was I had just built this like tribute bass to my for my mom, and I was like, I'm gonna play this on the record, and I really wanted to play it on the record, but I brought my older bass just in case something, sometimes wiring doesn't go the way it's supposed to, and sure shit enough, this bass had this weird hum. So
There's video.
yeah, and I was like, hey, Kyle, I have another bass in there. I can just grab that. He's like, no, that one sounds awesome. I was like, okay, well, what do you want to do? He's like, Sav, come here. He's like, he's going to have to hold this and this. I was like, dude, touch my elbow and touch the control plate. And he's like, he's literally sitting crisscross applesauce with one finger on my elbow.
There's
and one finger
video in
on
the
control
video I
plate.
sent you.
Yeah.
That's what it is, where he's touching Mason's elbow.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there. That's what he's doing. He's grounding Mason while he's tracking.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Great.
secret weapon with Seb Barano.
Yeah,
So
Not again.
yeah. So playing the bass, whatever, and he's like, "Is this going to bother you?" I was like, "Doesn't bother me, man." And like, I get through the whole thing, one take, and he's like, "Yeah, that bass sounds awesome." I was like, "Fantastic." So it's just those things. Like, if it went somewhere else, you'd be like,
Your bass sucks. Fuck off.
Yeah, your
Just
bass
need the
sucks.
power of Sav.
Yeah, you just need Sev. Yeah,
You need
touch
Sav to
yeah.
finger you.
touch. Well, we played.
Well, he
elbow-
did. He did finger.
He
bass.
fingered my elbow, which is a fun game we used to play called Elbow Skin or Nutsack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you put a blindfold on. If you guys want to play this at home,
Weenus or
no elbow
No,
skin
it's
or
elbow
nutsack.
skin or nutsack.
So you put a blindfold on, and then you put your index finger out, and then just that, and then your friend either grabs a purchase of their Waybo's
Yeah.
sack, or you bring up some elbow, and you just bring the elbow skin to their finger, and they have to touch it. If they guess wrong, they have to play it again. So it's always a fun game
awesome.
for somebody. You make your
You know the elbow skin called Weenus.
Yeah, well, elbow skin or nutsack is way better sounding game than weenus or nutsack.
Well, wieners or penis. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, weenus or penis.
It rhymes.
It does.
Roller dogs for life. Let's do some of these.
You get a Thunder the
Chat.
Snake roller dog shirt.
Thunder the Snake roller dog shirt. Oh, speaking of,
Okay.
should I unveil it now?
The roller
The
dogs?
super secret Mason fucking tailor-made motorcycles merch
Yeah.
that came out in the incorrect size. I don't have one for you tonight, buddy.
I could squeeze in, I bet.
All right, so last time you were here, you did some radio spots, and I put those radio spots out there. I made a little video,
Oh, shit.
put them
Awesome.
radio spots out there. So I made I even said I'm stealing it. So I made a set the tone tailor-made motorcycles.
Hell yeah.
Got to set the tone before you bone.
I love it.
So anybody, if you see anybody wearing one of these shirts and you come up and say set the tone before you bone, automatic chrome oil filter. That's
Hell
what you
yeah.
get.
Hell yeah, man. Set the tone before you bone.
That's right.
Tailor-made custom motorcycles. Yeah.
And I fucked up your shirt size. Sorry, buddy.
No worries, man. I'm full figured. And one day I'm going to get back to that. There was a time where I could fit, and it's not too far away. So
See, and I said full figured, and they sent me a medium.
yeah, well, mediums, yeah, way too small.
That was made by Eyecatcher Signs, JD. I actually had a few of those made. I just did not get a double XL, just an XL.
Hold off, and hopefully, if I keep on the right track record or the progress, if you will, I won't be in the.
Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna after this, I'll run over to the house, grab you the XL, and that will be your motivation to squeeze,
Ooh,
to
yeah,
squeeze into that shirt.
motivation shirt. Set the tone. Set the tone. Shirt would be
You
motivation.
came up with it.
Yeah, set the tone before you bone.
That's right.
Yeah.
I have the bladder of an infant.
Infant Bladder. That's a death metal song.
That's definitely a death metal. That's a death metal band. Dildo Teabaggins fronts it.
roller dogs. This
Roller-
song is called.
This nerd song is cool. Could you imagine a fucking death metal shirt font that says roller dogs?
In
And
hot
it's all-
dog like fucking font.
Yeah, where it's
all
like
lovely.
nobody can read it.
Looking
You're
like
just
some
like,
SpongeBob shit.
I'm going to be working on that later.
if you make a fucking roller dog shirt,
See?
we'll start a fucking tribute band to insert whatever death metal band.
There was a band called Leader Dog at one point.
Leader dog.
Leader Dog, yes.
Oh, what was the other dog? A fucking Star Dog, man. Keanu Reeves band.
They're still a band.
Yeah, so there's that.
Did not know that.
Roller dogs. All right.
Are they any good? Star dog.
They're okay. I mean, if you like early 90s alternative meets kind of shoegazy, like if Smashing Pumpkins never got up tempo. I've only heard like 2 or 3 songs, so I'm no expert.
Look into it.
Interesting. Star
Like
Dog.
Sunny Day Real Estate without talent. That's a deep cut right there.
That is,
no
man.
one knows Sunny Day Real Estate.
Well, nobody in this chat would. No, yeah.
I don't think anybody in this decade
Where
or
we
the
at?
decade before.
All right.
Smith says, Thunder the Snake in the house. What up, guys?
My
What up,
cholesterol.
Samantha? Yeah. Butthole eaters. Hardy har har. Ha,
It's
ha,
a
ha.
certain kind of goatee, I'm telling
Yes.
you.
I know we got some Thunder the Cat. Tammy says Tiger Wiley Kit.
No, that's 2 names.
Wiley Kit and
Oh.
Wiley Cat, right?
Yeah.
Those are the twins. Yeah.
We had a Thunder the Snake, Thundercats
Chitara?
ripped off logo. We need to.
I never
finish.
finished it. It was
Chitara,
Yeah, she's like a cheater.
Chitaro. Yeah.
Tiger, and Wiley Kit.
One of them looked like Tina Turner, but in painted up like
those
a
are
cat.
the 2 female Thundercats.
Who named
Remember
these?
Silverhawks?
Oh, that
Thundercats
was
in
cool.
space?
Yeah, that was Space Thundercats. Yeah, and
You don't remember that?
Silverhawks, remember the Hawks turned into guitars or some shit.
Yeah, no, they had the one guy with the guitar player.
the cowboy hat and the fucking
Yep.
jet. That was rad. You remember
That's
Mask?
pretty much you.
The acronym? Oh, yeah, totally.
He did. Boy, yeah, he did. But like muscles. No,
I used to have most.
They're over there.
not
They're still
chrome
there.
ones,
Oh, not chrome ones, no.
and they were in space.
Like Cyclops or Colossus. Colossus.
You're not Russian, are you?
I could
Or
be.
are you?
I could be Russian if I wanted to.
You just had.
Oh,
It's
this
like
Mr. Rob is like not happy.
How
now.
long are we into this? He hasn't done a voice yet.
this. Oh yeah, that's right. We're like
Yeah.
45 minutes in. You still haven't done.
I have
any-
not done
any
the voice
voices.
yet. So here we are now, do Russian voice.
I think this question is
Colossus.
directly aimed at Shane for some reason.
Uh-oh.
You ready for one?
Sure.
What's the creepiest thing you've ever done when you had a crush on someone?
I haven't done anything creepy. They are all amazing and heartfelt and thoughtful.
Acts of love.
Yeah.
I killed your cat because it was looking at you funny.
That is a weird question, man. Of course, you wouldn't think it was creepy if you did it anyway. You'd be like, "That's what you do, bro."
Right?
Who
Yeah,
doesn't
energy.
bring a fucking slaughtered cow to your fucking house? Who doesn't want steaks for a year? You know?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's just.
Do you know
rad.
how expensive that is? That's
Yeah,
$5,000.
Nothing says love like red meat.
That's true.
And roses die. All right. Flowers fucking die. That's a.
At least when the
terrible-
cow dies, you can eat it.
Yeah, red meat's forever, bud.
Fucking are you gonna do?
Especially
with
in
a
your cold
goddamn
one.
handful of dead lilies. You can't eat
Like,
that.
are we talking the flowers or girls named Lily?
Yeah.
No.
Whoa. She was hot though.
See? That's why that question was for you.
Weird things. Yeah, enough, man. I don't have anything because like I was that guy who was like
Your wife, like, kidnapped you.
pretty much.
It was
yeah.
like,
Yeah, we should be asking.
you
her
know how,
this.
like tribes used to, like, go over the border and raid other tribes and, like, kidnap the women and, like, make them wives?
Mhm.
That's what his wife did to him.
Mhm.
Yeah,
She-
apparently she
but
was,
it was-
like,
it-
that
it-
dude's a catch.
It was like a manicured lawn, and
Yeah.
it was like in Killarn, and like she hit him with like a club and just drug him off his
Pretty much.
lawnmower.
Science. There was. I'll tell
adorable.
this quick story.
I love love.
This is pretty weird. Pretty fun. And maybe this answers the question. So, my girlfriend at the time, my wife now, we were dating, and I was like, man, and believe it or not, you guys on the internet, I am not a ladies' man.
What?
No, not a ladies' man. I am
way.
horrible with picking up on. I'm not the guy. Like a girl could be like, "Hey, what it do?" and try to sling that canal, and I'd be like, "Hey, how are you? Have a nice night," and I'll walk off my own way. Like I would never pick up on it, and so I would ask this broad out. We have a good time. We date for a couple months, and I was like, "Hey, this shit's getting scary. I want to like take some time away. This is getting too serious." Because I thought I just figured out how my wiener worked. So I was like, I'm going to drag this dick through Tallahassee before, I find something out. And sure enough, I drug it through, one person, and the next thing I know. So long story
27
short,
South was born.
long story short,
Roller dog.
never
Roller dog.
roller dog. I was roller dogging that shit. So take some time off.
Just under a heat lamp, just
I'm-
rolling,
Now I'm
looking
drinking.
all burnt.
She's upset about it, and I do the normal thing like, "Oh, I butt dialed you. Oops," that kind of stuff. And one day she called me. She says, "Hey, I got to tell you something." I was like, "All right, shoot." She's like, "No, we need to do it in person." I was like, "Oh, don't fucking do that." And so I end up going over to her place, and I trying to get her to tell me what's up. She sits me down. She's like, "Hey, I want you to know, I have AIDS." I was like, "Wait a minute, what?" She's like, "I have HIV, and it'll probably be, AIDS." And I was like, "Oh my God, I need to go get tested like right now." She's like, I don't have AIDS. I'm pregnant." I was like, fuck. Fuck. And you're like, I don't want to be a dad. I'm not ready for this. And like, she's like, "I'm not pregnant." And like,
I'm a dude.
she's like, you need to hear this. I was like, okay. She says, "I love you." And I was like, huh? She's like, "That's it." I was like, "You couldn't have said that shit on the phone?" She's like, "No." She said,
That's
"You
way funnier.
You needed to hear it in person, and I needed to tell it to you in person, and whatever you want to do with it from there, I don't care. I just want you to know wherever we're at, I love you. And I was like, huh.
I'm gonna throw it out there.
And then I've been with her
Throw
ever
it back.
since. Yeah.
It's a lot funnier the way she did it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she told me she had HIV and then that she was pregnant.
I mean, when you think about it,
That's
the
fucked
woman that
up,
would
though.
marry Mason has to be that.
She
funny.
asked it right.
Like,
Yeah. This is the same woman that dropped a grown ass man in Big Daddy's for punching her best friend. So
that's
there's
true.
that. Anyway, long story short, I know I keep going back to that catchphrase.
It's not that short.
It's not. It never is.
That's
All
what she
right.
said.
Das hat sie gesagt, ja.
Yes.
She didn't
Yeah,
say
that's German for that's what she said. Oh, let's look at these questions.
Ready for another?
Yeah, why not shoot them things?
Which side of the sink do you wash your dishes on?
I got a farmhouse sink.
Okay.
It's just a giant trough you can wash babies in. So
that. Why would you wash a baby?
I wash them in the dishwasher. I rinse
Why do
them
you
in the
have
sink.
babies?
I don't have babies no more. I hate babies. You could probably put small human being in this farmhouse sink. Is like this wide. It's like this. It's deep too. Cold.
You don't have to do dishes if everything's paper and plastic.
Listen, you know why women's feet are smaller than men's feet? So they can stand closer to the sink to wash dishes. I hear that joke in the Russia. In the Mother Russia, they tell you that. And men's feet are so long they can't reach the dishes. Women's feet are small, so they're like, "Oh, let me wash the dishes." They did
It's science.
Oh, ready for another?
Sure.
What's the most disturbing thought that's ever run through your head during sex or anytime really?
Anytime, really.
Well, yeah, that's
wild. Rob's like, what the fuck, man? Do I want this introspection?
I think
from
Rob needs to
Mason
answer
right
it.
now?
I got the camera on him. Go ahead, Rob. Answer that one.
What was the question?
What's the most disturbing thought you've ever had run through your head during sex?
No.
Can I please say this? One of more funny things to watch during when I watch this at home is when Samantha question come up on the board and watch a Rob face when you read the question. He's like, motherfucker, please take keyboard away from her every time.
Can I rearrange the question?
Sure.
Back up there. Let's see what.
what's the
What's the most sex?
What's the most disturbing sex
What's the most sex you've ever thought
that's
of?
ever
Sex you've
run
ever
through
thought of while
thought
it's been
in
disturbing
your head?
in your head. Anytime, really.
Yeah, mix it up. Mix it up, Rob. Whatever you want to do. Hey, welcome back, Rob.
Hey, thank you. Good to
Oh, you took a week off last week, yes.
took off is an interesting.
Oh, yes, you had the hot violent diarrhea.
Yeah.
You trusted the fart.
Yes. We all had a good laugh just before he exited the property. Poor guy.
Yeah, I was laughing.
We felt bad for you, but I mean
They
it's
also
falls
laughed.
it's Falls Chase and Buck Bonsai. Yeah, we're all laughing.
You wouldn't expect any less.
No, yeah.
Can we talk about the fact Bug Bonsai sounds like a fucking STD?
So I did.
catch?
I did show up. I was
I
here.
had Buck Bonsai.
Are we still talking about your sex?
Oh, we're back at that. Are we back at that?
Have you been eating roller dogs? Yeah. Listen, I gotta tell you, you got Bug Bonsai. Oh shit, Bug Bonsai.
What can it take for Falls Chase? That's about it.
You're gonna have a false chase. Get rid of some Bug Bonsai.
You're gonna need 2 Falls Chase every day for the next 5 years, and it might clear up.
But more
Oh,
than
you're not
likely,
getting rid of the.
more than likely,
bonsai
you're
that
gonna
easy.
fucking thunder the snake until you die.
Yeah, it's
Roller dog.
look, it's tragic, but it's our final feud. So what are you
there
gonna do?
go. There you go. Yeah, I love that. That's wonderful. Weird sex Love an elevator or an escalator? Which one are you doing?
Come on, Robbie.
The weirdest
Escalator.
thing I have thought about during sex is when I realized that our cat was in the room, just dead on.
Firmly
It appeared that he was fucking just
Fucking?
just staring.
just staring at us, and for a moment I just had this weird thought of is he enjoying this?
Is it weirder when he's staring at you or when he's licking his crotch?
Did you want him to enjoy it?
No, of course not.
Why don't you go ahead and relax
Well,
back on the couch and we'll talk this through.
Dude, that's a death metal band name right there. The Cat Cuck. So that's a death metal band.
Cat cuck.
Yeah.
Cat cucking the roller dogs.
Cat cuck and the roller
Live
dogs.
this weekend at the Butthole Lounge. Cat Cuck opens up for roller dogs. See you there. Oh, Saint Sebastian. Yeah.
See, my most disturbing thought isn't one thought. It's a whole string of thoughts. It's not really thoughts.
You ever forget her name?
Yes.
Never.
Sometimes I barely know her name.
Right.
Yep.
Or my own.
Or maybe knew her first name and last name.
Well, last name's not important.
I think as a young man, I must have had just like way too much pride about my penis. Where it's like, I'm not just slinging that to anybody if I don't know who you are. Meanwhile, my friends are like, yeah, that girl that fucking waited on us last night, yeah. And you're like, meow. You're like, oh, really? When? I don't know, like 2 weeks ago? You're like, what the fuck, man? How do you just slinging leg around here like that? It's like, you don't? I'll be like, no. I don't think I'm missing anything.
You're a bit of a prude.
Kind of, but yeah.
How so?
Yeah, there's been several incidents on the road where people were like, hey, won't you fucking park that rig in here? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good.
And we're talking about the girls, not the dudes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, oddly enough.
Dudes he doesn't turn down.
Well, that's fair game. That's like, yeah, I mean, Smurfs taught me one thing is that dude love reigns supreme. All right.
I mean, it's like 100 to 1 ratio.
Right, like those, it's like we're gonna fucking compound, man. You just got, anyway.
Why didn't they call that sausage party?
It wasn't Smuffs, I can tell you that. It was not a Smuff to be found.
Well, there's one.
There was one Smuff.
And maybe a fake Smuff.
Yeah, that one Smuff probably like an old catcher's mitt, just beat to hell. Anyway.
Little catchy Smurf.
Catchy Smurf.
Too many Smurfs. Oh, yeah. Anyway, we have a show coming up. Did you guys know about that?
No, please tell me about that.
So, Shane, do you want to tell them about the show?
Nope.
This Saturday at 926 Bar and Grill.
Yeah, get your radio voice on.
This Saturday at 926 Bar and Grill, Thunder the Snake will be playing with Band of Names, Solomon Hill, and Counterfeit Stereo. Doors are at 8:30. Show starts at 9. So that's the official pitch for it.
You sound like a shitty AAA baseball announcer.
That's the goal, dude.
That was like your worst performance.
The worst one?
Yeah. It wasn't that good.
Well,
I feel you could do better next hour.
Well, I'll have to do it again.
You have to practice in the yard
Yeah,
later.
here. You need notes?
No, I think I could do it again later.
First note, suck less.
Oh, man, you're so harsh. I'd like to see you do better.
I think that says Gooch
Look, I
Camaro.
don't I criticize.
I
That's
don't
my
know.
thing.
I'm not sure what I wrote there. It's right underneath Flashover Photography. Gooch Camaro. No, Gooch Camera for the mole. Duh.
Oh. I was like, Gooch Camaro?
Gooch camera
I
for the
couldn't
mole.
remember
Yeah.
how to spell
That's a brown Camaro, right?
camera. Yeah,
Gooch camera. Possibly.
candy.
Yeah.
It's
apple
candy
A
brown.
little bit of
It's
little
pink.
pink in
Pink
there.
with
Yeah.
the candy brown.
T-top.
Yeah, T-top. You gotta have T-tops on your Gooch.
Oh yeah, Targa.
The Perineum.
Oh, shit.
This is kind of a deep one. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Would you rather see the ghost of a stranger or someone that you love?
Seen a ghost, and it was a stranger.
You gotta tell your ghost story.
I'll try to make it quick. My grandfather.
That's what she said.
Here I come. Okay, that's what I
That's
said.
what he said.
Das hat Sud. Anyway, my grandfather bought some land in Alligator Point, and he bought a house that used to be on Appalachian Parkway. A lady named something, last name was Cuttajar.
That's not a real thing.
It is a real thing. She died in that house. It was back behind over where it used to be a Kohl's. And the Butthole Burgers? What's that? The fucking
Vertigo?
the chain? No.
Checkers?
Now it's like
Rallies?
a Verizon store. No, it was like Backyard Burgers, Backdoor Burgers.
Oh yeah, backyard burgers. Yeah.
So back behind
that's
that
a good
neighborhood.
place.
So my grandfather
I know where you're. Yeah,
bought
it's still
my
a
grandfather,
Verizon
maybe
store.
my
Yeah, it is a
great
Verizon store
grandfather, bought a house from there, moved it to fucking Alligator Point, put it on pylons. Apparently, this lady, Miss Cuttajar, died in that fucking house. So as a kid, as kids see that shit. I don't give a fuck what anybody will tell you. Kids can see ghosts. I don't. And as a kid, I remember waking up, and the floor plan was pretty simple. It was like you walk into the house kitchen, and then you walk out of the kitchen. There's a long hallway. There's one bedroom where all the grandkids slept. There's my grandparents' bedroom, and then down the hall there was the bathroom and another bedroom. Apparently, Miss Cuttajar died in the far bedroom. When I was a kid, I remember waking up and walking out into the hall, and there was a blue laid figure, whatever, in like a nightgown, and she was shaking her head no and like pointing back into the bedroom. And I go back into the bedroom, go back to fucking sleep, and I was like, that fucking, as I get older, I'm like, it's crazy. So I asked my cousin, I'm like, hey, did you ever see this lady? He's like, yeah, all the time. I was like, wait, what? And sure shit enough, same thing. He's like, yeah, I would get up, go to the bathroom, go pee, and then I would like go to the kitchen, and then when I walked back to the hallway, there she was, and she'd say, go back to the room, and he was like, go back into the bedroom. Then I caught, and my family's beach house, my granddad would like let other family friends use it and all that stuff. And one time, two of the Pete folks in the that my grandfather let borrow the house stayed in Miss Cuttajar's room, throw their clothes off. They're a young couple. They fucking lock crotch, swap gravy, jump in the old shower, do their business. And they come out and their clothes are folded on the bed, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
That's polite.
Yeah. So Miss
polite
Cuttajar
ghost.
folded their clothes and all that stuff, and my mom
Does that
knew.
count as a threesome?
If you remember the Ghost Jacker. Anyway, long story short, stop saying that, asshole.
Roller dog.
Roller
cut ghost.
dogs. So yeah, I've seen a ghost, and it wasn't somebody I know.
Can I answer this question?
Get it? You're like, Rob's like, ghosts aren't real. Go fuck yourself.
So
Yeah, Rob don't
That was my line.
believe all that. Hold on, let me flip the camera around on you,
yeah.
babe. There you
So
go.
this is something that is very near and dear to my heart, and very sincerely, no.
Roller dogs.
Pussy juice.
That's near and dear to my heart.
And that's okay. It's
No.
okay. Listen, some people believe they're this and they're really that, and you don't believe in ghosts, and I do believe in ghosts. Some people believe that pineapple goes on a pizza. I don't believe pineapple goes on a pizza.
How dare you?
And that's
What?
okay. Listen, I'll
How
eat
dare
it.
you.
Do you know that's a Canadian thing? Why the fuck would they blame that
Well,
on
it's
Hawaii?
Canadian ham.
Yeah, why would they blame it on Hawaii?
Which
Though?
is
They're like,
just-
it's Hawaiian pizza. And you're like, fuck you, man. You knew you fucked up.
Pineapples growing in
And
Canada.
then you fucking blame
One thing
it's
that
canned
grows in
pineapple.
Canada is high
Stop,
taxes
don't say
and
that.
shit gas
The end of the
prices.
story
To
is
be
this.
fair, a Hawaiian pizza.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
I was with my friends the other day.
I was hanging out with your friends the other day. And,
A Hawaiian pizza should have Spam on it.
dude, Spam on a pizza would be fucking dope.
You've never had that? Oh, I've had that.
I've
Of course
never
you've
had
done
Spam.
that. Yeah, I'm sure.
Have you had Spam, Rob?
Yes.
I've
Bro.
never had it.
Let me make you a fucking sop choppy
bro.
chopped cheese.
Yeah, fucking fried spam.
That could be a show.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
Dave,
telling you,
I
off
know,
the road
under
and
the
on the grill.
snacks.
I know at the Moose Lodge they have a Spam cook-off every year. And
So,
I'm like, the fuck?
I've seen
how many ways
like
can you
a
cook that
flyer
shit,
for
man?
that like years back.
Here's the
should've
key,
hit
man.
that.
Cut it and throw that bitch on a fucking skillet like you would cook bacon. It's fantastic. I jokingly, when I first got this, my wife bought me a blacktop fucking grill and took
Blackstone.
Blackstone, that's it. Blackstone flat top. And I was like, I'm gonna make a fucking sop choppy cheesesteak.
Sop,
And she's
sop,
like,
cho-
what?
sop, choppy,
Just 'cause
chop
it's fun to
cheese.
say. Yeah, sop choppy
choppy
chop cheese
cheesesteak.
or sop choppy cheesesteak. And I took the Spam, put it in the freezer until it firmed up out of the can and in the freezer. Then I hit it with the like fucking like a peeler, like you would peel cucumbers
Mandolin?
and shit. I didn't have a mandolin.
No,
well,
you're not
I think I got
Japanese.
rid of it, but so the peeler was wide enough to do the whole thing. So I made super thin strips, and I put it on the flat top like a Philly cheesesteak. And
Speaking of mandolins, remember the band Hooters?
sure,
They didn't have any Hooters,
okay, seared it all off.
but they had mandolins.
Yeah.
Roller dogs will have roller dogs.
Roller dogs is definitely, there'll be a roller dog on stage,
Yes.
right on the drum kit. Anyway,
You can buy those at Costco.
yeah, you can.
Jeff Allen had one.
If you don't mind, I'm going to finish.
No.
That's what she said.
Cheese,
Things his wife
onions,
has to hear.
yeah, right on your face hole. Cut the bun, and then I fucking did it like a Philly cheesesteak. It was fucking fire. It was salty as shit, but, you know,
That's what she said.
yeah. So there's that. Anyway,
To answer Samantha's
bowling
question,
for soup. Yeah, I've seen a ghost.
And again, my
I've
answer
seen
no.
so much crazy shit that Stacy Brown Jr. interviewed me. It was a mess. A fucking disaster. I need him to.
I feel like Stacey Brown
Yeah.
Jr. would be in Roller Dogs with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roller Dogs is going to be a super group.
Do you guys want to hear some Thunder the Snake?
I'd love to show you
Yes.
the snake. I mean, have you guys listen to Thunder the Snake.
You ready? So this now, Shane, am I to understand that this is the first video you've ever made?
Well, I mean, professionally. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, any video that you share with anybody,
I didn't really
else,
make
it's
it. I just
professional.
curated it.
Yes, this is. Let me
Curated.
the backstory. This is
Yeah.
a.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
This is
yeah.
a videography, a documentary of the last 6 months to a year of Thunder the Snake. Some live footage, some band footage, some turmoil, and Shane captured all the essence and put it in a big pot, and this amalgamation that came out
I like to
became.
call it roller dog.
Yeah,
So
his style is called roller dog. It just sits on the roller until it maturates, and then the next thing you know, it sounds like a Chevelle song. Now maturate.
now is
Anyway.
the refrigerator a permanent part of the band, or is
It
this
is.
just?
It is a seventh member.
Yeah, the refrigerator is like probably the most.
It's the key.
It's
the
pretty. It's
linchpin.
more important.
The
Yeah,
linchpin.
It is. Well, you don't say linchpin nowadays, but you'd say it's definitely a key element.
We almost used linchpin as a band name, but then
We
we found
did.
out there was a band called Linchpin.
I'll be damned.
Not for
was
Thunder the
20
Snake.
yeah,
That was
that was
27 South.
27
Oh,
South.
actually, shortly before we went live, we found out there's a band called Thunder Snake.
Yeah, we're gonna fight them.
I don't know if it's a band.
I'm
It's
gonna fight 'em for
yeah,
you.
Yeah. So we did cease and
Well,
desist
yeah,
with 27 South, all kinds of fun stuff.
We will. We'll research that a little bit.
So
We
roll
might
that-
make a
fight
road
them.
trip.
Maybe you can be the undercard to Tyson, Jake Paul.
Oh yeah, that Thunder the Snake versus Thunder Snake. Listen, if you
Winner
don't
take
have
all.
if you don't have a thing in Urban Dictionary as to describe what your band is, it doesn't exist. And Thunder
count.
the Snake is in Urban Dictionary, so
We win.
Yeah.
so roll that beautiful bean footage.
I
and let
do
these
want to. I
folks-
do want to know who, when we get back, who Shane thinks is going to win that fight, because that's one I've been paying attention to too. Jake Paul Tyson.
You're gonna watch him.
I hope so.
BRB.
Drinking out of memory.
all the beer? Where'd all the beer go?
Yes. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah. That
Riveting content.
yeah. So it's crazy. Like, I don't know, man. Like, one of the challenges we've had with the band is booking, right? Locally, you know, we only have 2 or 3 venues, 3 or 4 venues, and it's hard to book. And so we reached out all over, out of town, a bunch of different places. No luck, no luck, no luck. And kind of got to a point where we were like, well, you know what? That's kind of disheartening. And we had a meeting a few weeks ago.
I enjoyed the time
as a band, and we all said, you know, what do we want to do? Because, like, you get where you're not getting booked, you feel like you're doing something wrong. But at the end of the day, it's most of those people don't know who you are. Like, we tried 2 venues in Panama City, 3 venues in Valdosta. We've tried everywhere from Tallahassee to Pensacola. We've tried everywhere from Tallahassee to Jacksonville. Tried at least 4 places between here and Ocala.
Panama City?
Panama City.
Destin, Fort Walton,
All of them are like,
Alabama,
They're
all the
either-
way up to
yeah.
Atlanta,
You guys
all the way
fucking
east to
murdered
Jacksonville.
Salty Goat. I don't know if they have fucking
Dothan?
music to 'em.
Dothan.
Dothan, and either A, they won't return your call, or they won't
email.
return your call, your email, and like we have press pack and all that shit. Not long story short.
Short story long.
The moral of it was this: we had a meeting where we
Yes.
said, you know what, let's just get back to having fun. So we got back to doing more content and making the funny videos and all that stuff. And Shane's debut as a music video director came through. He's been wanting a video that had the lyrics to him, because one of the things,
They
like,
great spelled everything correctly.
yeah,
I had to go back through there and manually do it because apparently the AI is terrible.
it is artificial.
I mean, I'm either slurring real bad or they just don't know Southern English.
More than likely. But
You guys promote more than.
yeah, which makes it really weird that, like, you know, the only person that tries to book us is Gibby. Or Chris reaches out to us when he has a charity event, but for the other parts of it, it's like, and the dumb part is that we have relationships with other venues. Although I will say another venue did try to book us, but like we didn't feel like it was a good fit, and they wanted 2 hours of material, and I was like, we don't have 2 hours of material. We're not a cover band, never have been. But it becomes difficult. But you know, and then we're also kind of that weird band. It's like we don't fall into those parameters. You know, you have dudes like David Starling like have their thing, and they can play those shows with like
Love that guy.
Tobacco Road. He can play those shows with those kind of Americana whatever, and he's got his niche. You got Maurice. He can play with just about anybody in that Americana country, rock and roll vibe. Then you have the guys in Tragic and the guys in Our Final Feud and all those dudes, and they all kind of play in that same genre, subgenres of this.
I don't know about our Final Feud, but I hear you.
The subgenre of
Yeah.
angry white boy music is what I'll call it.
Yeah.
And then you kind of have us in there, and it's like, all right, that's something I feel like.
Who brought the hillbillies?
Yeah, it's like it's kind of
Roller dog.
It's just such a weird. Yeah, it's like a fucking roller dog. Yeah,
It's like you don't want to like it.
you don't want it's roller.
But at
it's
3 a.m.,
exactly
at
roller
3
dog
a.m.
rock and roll. That's literally what it is.
Changing bio now.
The bio now is
I was
like
gonna say that
Roller
that
dog,
last
rock and
Thunder
roll.
the Snake thing up on the screen looked a lot like Waffle House.
dude, and that's the thing. It's like it's not.
Nobody eats that shit at noon.
Yeah, well, and we're kind of that weird band. It's like you and people either are really into us or like, yeah, not my thing. And it's so hard to get exposed to that audience and being booked.
I want to interrupt you, and I apologize, but this is also a compliment. The last show I saw you guys at was at 926. There were some people of a certain demographic. I'm not going to name the demographic because that's irrelevant. These people had to have been in their 60s, maybe even a bit older.
Yeah,
And they hung out for I figured I saw them come in and I was like, okay, all right, that's cool, but they're not going to be around for it. No, they stuck around for two or three songs.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what the secret weapon that is. That is our super fan, which is Kelby's dad. Which Kelby's dad, Gary Matthews, is probably the biggest music nerd you could ever meet in the world. And like, he's one of those people that like, you ever have one of those people like you've done something creative or whatever, and he has nothing but the like it could be hammered dog shit, and Gary's
gonna say something nice.
He's gonna say something nice about it.
He's gonna mean it too.
Yeah.
Like he's not bullshitting
and
you.
it's genuine, and it's not because of it. But Gary Matthews and I. So when my wife was in grad school, Kelby, our female singer, her brother Evan lived in my house. My wife and I had bought. My wife was in grad school. Evan lived with us, and like, getting to know Evan, I get to know Gary, and I get to know Kelby, and all that fun stuff. And through years of watching Evan play at Bullwinkle's, Gary shows up, and then Evan and Kelby's mom shows up, and then Kyle's parents show up, and that's our older demographic. And
Exactly.
and what's crazy about it is like, they're probably some of the most supportive people ever. Like, my parents passed away. Shane's mom, not as mobile, but Shane's mom, I'll be honest with you, I have a picture of his mom, and my mom drinking beer at our first show ever. We played the skate park at the YMCA skate park in Camp Indian Springs in Crawfordville, and my mom smuggled in PBRs, and the two of them were drinking them while we're playing. But yeah, so that older demographic, that's not like, hey, yeah, we're really big among the geriatrics. It literally is like
that is our biggest market.
But then there's a crew of guys that I met through some friends just out and about, and they all work at Southside Mowers on South Monroe. They do small engine repair. Those dudes, when they fucking show up, they fucking throw down. Like, the techs there, those guys party. They bring their wives. Like, we have a good.
Bring their wives.
Their wives bring their wives and their girlfriends. And like, if you see pictures of me with like,
It's all family, baby.
it's crazy. Like, some people really get into what we're doing, and then
roller dogs are 2 for $4.
But
Two
yeah,
for $4.
so it's one of those
Get 'em
things.
while you can.
It's such a hard booking has been so hard to the point where we just kind of like, you know what, we'll just take the shows that we want to play, and we're not going to try to force ourselves to be we're going to play every month, blah blah blah. Because originally last year we set I think it was a realistic goal to play 12 shows last year, and we didn't get even remotely close. And it wasn't for a lack of trying, because if you have 5 people sending out emails and all that stuff, and nobody's returning, like, I cashed in any favor I could with anybody, and it was never on the people. Shane and I have worked in the industry of alcohol and whatnot, and venues and all that, for over 20 years on and off between the two of us. We had connections and still couldn't pull it off.
It's not like you guys don't fucking know people here.
Right.
Just the two of you.
We also know what to say and what to, like, if we're going to email somebody, we know how to approach it.
Absolutely.
It's not like we're 14-year-olds and just, let us play your bar.
Please play me.
This is what we play. This is what we sound
right.
like.
This is our marketing stuff.
Here's our
You also know what to stay
here's our
away from.
resume.
Right. And the only thing we got was a cat in Gainesville is like, can you guarantee 70 people show up? I was like, motherfucker,
We've never played Gainesville.
We've never played Gainesville. How can I guarantee 70 people to show up?
You can't guarantee anything anywhere.
Right. And I was like, how can you?
And we're not asking for a guarantee.
We're not asking
for money.
To get paid. We just want to get booked.
We'll come play. And we'll bring our own beer. We'll drink our own beer. We'll buy your beer. We'll have a good time. Put us on a show with some other bands. Nothing.
And I think a lot.
And most of it's like nobody's even emailing you back. Like, I don't know what venues
to the
are
point
doing.
where you go to their sites and they're like, "This is where you book."
Yeah.
and then you call the place and you're like, hey, can I talk to so and so? You're like, what are you trying to do? You're like, I'm trying to book a show. They're like, email them this, and then they never fucking respond. So
and that's like 30, 40 venues that we've emailed in the last 6 months.
Was it
maybe 3 or 4 emails back?
Did you guys have the same problems whenever you were in 27 South?
27 South, I got phone calls weekly.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, can you play this date? Can you play this date? And like,
I mean, was that true to Tallahassee or
no? It was out of town. Like, if we wanted to put our foot down on 27 South at the time, fucking Tallahassee to Miami could have been done on every 6 months quite easily. We had show offers all the way up to DC and back. We had shows in
all the way to Texas.
God damn,
all that shit booked. And like, how the fuck were we able to get that reach without ever fucking putting out anything?
And the internet wasn't like there wasn't.
That's
Spotify.
why I asked.
That's
there
crazy.
wasn't.
That's exactly why I
you
asked.
had to mail CDs to people.
Yep.
Like if they wanted to hear your music, you had to burn a CD.
Like you had to make a press pack.
Yeah.
It was like a
we
picture.
We did the fucking picture, the band photo, and the fucking CD, and then your resume, and these are the bands we've opened for.
Yeah.
These are like literally in a manila envelope, and we sent thousands of those things out.
But
then they would call us back, and they go, "Can you be here on this date?"
And we'll pay this much.
Yep.
And like our writer, I think I said this story before, but when I would get those phone calls, I would do it in an accent and have them think that I was like an actual management company
Yeah.
for them, and they fucking would everything we'd want. It would be
It was
beyond
the
awesome.
British guy.
Yeah, it was like, oh, I'm Nigel. I'm representing fucking
Nigel, that
27
was his
South.
name. Yeah, Nigel.
And they would be like, oh yeah, we would love to have the guys come to so and so, Shreveport, Louisiana, and play this venue.
Jackson, Mississippi.
But I also think it's kind of a testament to where music is. You got to think we in the metal band we hit at the end of the CD era. Where you would go and you would spend your hard-earned $10 on an album.
Absolutely.
You bought that album, you listened to all the tracks back and forth, and you go on a road trip, you listen to the whole thing. And now music's such a consumer-driven thing where it's like, perfect example. What's that dude? The fucking the cream pies taxes guy, Anthony
Oliver
Anthony.
Yeah.
Dude hit one hit, right? Blew the fuck up, and it's still pretty popular, and he's playing all over the place. But like that dude could fucking fart in a bucket, and it would probably go platinum again. And there's so many. I was telling you guys earlier. There's a part of Spotify. I have to look up what it's called, but it's songs that are on Spotify that haven't been streamed once. There's over 20,000 songs in the bank. So you got to think Spotify takes in. It's over. It might be more than that, to be honest with you. Spotify takes in 20,000 plus songs every year, and there's a whole subsection of Spotify
like a day.
that never gets one stream. I was like, your mom doesn't stream it. You didn't even stream it yourself, kind of thing.
You didn't even listen to it on your own?
So
Hell, I even go back and make sure I listen to our shit.
yeah. And it's just so crazy. It's like, and more power to those guys that are able to, like, when I see Tragic is in these fucking spots to go play Rockville, I'm like, fuck, vote for those guys. Like,
Yep.
I try to, like, do whatever I can to pump up those cats. And, like, anybody that's coming out of Tallahassee, because in my theory is that somebody sees Tragic and they're like, where are they from? Okay, Tallahassee. Cool. Let's figure out what else is going on over there. Maybe there's something cool. And they might fucking see something, All we really need is Kid Rock to just show up in Tallahassee and be like, give me those fucking trailer park fuckers and Thunder the Snake and let's go on the road. Like, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't say we're like, I don't know. I don't think we're great. I don't think we're different, but I think we're definitely so different here it makes it difficult. It's hard. Fucking Gibby has a hard time booking. He's like, hey, you guys want to play with them? I was like, we'll play with anybody. I don't think they want to play with us, though. And you'll see sometimes.
Luckily, Gibby's like, I don't give a fuck what
Gibby
they want.
Gibby doesn't give a shit.
Gibby's like, I'll book you with who I want to book you with.
He's like, they'll play with you whether you like it or not.
I mean, I want to say I've seen you play with Trial by Stone.
Yeah.
Once maybe twice.
No,
we
we
played with Trial
played with them
3 or 4. We played
at
with
least-
Trial
at
more
least 4
times than
times.
any other band.
Yeah.
And Falls Chase is in second place.
Yeah, Trial by Stone and Falls Chase are the most
And mainly because like Falls Chase is literally us
at 17.
at 17.
Yeah.
So like, I don't have any. I can't tell those kids anything. I want to like be like, hey, dial it back a little bit. Do
You can
this.
chunk one out every once in a while.
try
It's
to
fun.
do it. Yeah.
It's fun.
And then I go drink 42 beers
Yeah,
and make an
I was
ass of
like-
myself. So who am I to judge?
But and then Buck is just fucking good people, man. Like our two styles of music have nothing to do with each other.
Nothing.
Like, Steve and Buck and all those cats, they're just good fucking dudes.
Yes,
And,
they
like,
are.
They will put on as hard for you as you put on for them.
You're fucking right.
And vice versa. And like I think that's one of the things. What is it? Defy the Tyrant. People fucking those guys. That dude. What's his name? The
Kurt.
yes. That dude fucking
Black Tyrant Ants.
Ants.
yes,
Shout
that
out.
guy fucking puts on for anybody. If you ever have his back, he fucking puts on for you like it's fucking blood, and that's a big deal.
I want to jump on that just real quick, please. Kurt made just an off the record flyer, like not promoting a show. There was nothing going on. I don't know if he was fucking bored. He randomly put out this nice ass fucking flyer to us and said, "Hey, here you go." I didn't ask for it.
right?
He didn't say, "Oh, by the way, it'll cost you whatever amount."
Nope.
He did it for no fucking reason, and it's like giving your girlfriend's flowers for no fucking reason. It's
Right.
that.
It's that, and that's the thing though. Is like I don't know that dude from Adam, but everybody speaks so fucking highly of him, and the fact that he's willing to help people, literal help with no fucking strings attached.
Yeah.
Tells you the quality of character to him. I was fucking heartburn.
You have heartburn.
I do have heartburn. I was heartbroken to find out that fucking what's his name? Fucking guy. He doesn't even live here.
Cream of the crop.
These people. Dick Burke.
Oh yeah,
Hurt my feelings to find out he doesn't live here.
yeah. He lives in.
Like that dude, literally, if I was like, hey man,
Yeah.
I feel like he's one of those cats that like I've had 2 or 3 conversations with him, said, hey, I need X, Y, and Z. Do you know where I can do it? He'd fucking show up. Or he would point me in the right direction. And like there's something to be said about that. And I think sometimes, not all the time, we're building that kind of scene back again where everybody's got each other's back. But the biggest issue I see is the difference in genre. You know what I'm saying? To where it makes it a little difficult. That's looking great, your wizarding staff over there. But
We got somebody from Dave's last night. Up
hell
in
yeah. That's the man, Tim Matthews, right there.
Tim Matthews.
Tim.
What up, guys? New song is Killer. Shane looks like Gigi Allen, and David Allen Coe adopted a bearded woman.
That is fucking hilarious.
Love you, mean it.
Tim Matthews is one
Coming
of those.
from Tim,
those
that's a
dudes,
compliment.
right? So, Tim's one of those dudes that like literally salt of the earth cats that like will put himself, he'll put others first no matter what. Or
Conversely, he will put his hands in your pants.
no,
He is known for some.
He's known for
but he's
getting
one of
a
those
little
cats
handsy.
that like will
handsy pantsy.
he's not super handsy. He's okay.
Well, I
with
mean, he has
his
small
emotions.
hands, but they're in there.
Yeah, he's a
and they're
plump,
doing
like,
work.
but he's laying pipe. You
He's
know,
laying
just
pipe.
getting-
He's snaking
No, but-
things. Pun intended.
Yeah, but it's that thing is like slow but surely is like
I'm going to derail you
Oh,
as
another-
much as I can.
you're getting there. Preston, another dude like that. Preston hooks with
Flashover.
Flashover Photography.
Fuck yeah.
That's a dude that like legit is if you fucking do right by that dude, he's got your back. And it's so crazy to see. It's like there's people out in and I haven't had the experience, but I've watched people will
Sexual experience?
people
No, just the one.
just the one.
We went over that.
He drug a
It
dick
wasn't
through
one.
glass.
That's right.
I'm just gonna say the bedpost doesn't have a bunch of notches in it. There's a couple, but I'm not proud of most of them. The fact this gal could
I
fucking
was
stay
there for
married
most
to
of
me.
them. It's,
There
you
for
shouldn't be
most
proud.
of them. Your
I was
brother
in the corner.
Your brother ruined it a couple times,
yeah.
but Yeah, maybe that was jealousy. Now, no, we're no, what we're dealing with. Inside joke. No, but Preston Hooks is one of
Way
those
inside.
cats that's like, you know, you do him right, he'll be your number one cheerleader,
Definitely.
and he's got your back. So, I haven't been backstabbed or betrayed by the music scene, but it definitely, when you get the right people in line that have your back, it seems like it's a lot smoother ride for sure.
You know what I would like to see more a little bit in the music scene? Collaborations. I would love
that'd
to
be
see,
rad.
I would love to see the Wakilla boys, a lot of the Defy the Tyrant, Dave's Last Night, like Dick Burke is in 7 different bands at any given time.
And doesn't live remotely close. That's the still thing that blows my fucking mind.
Right. Yeah, I would love to see like
But it's like we see him every other weekend.
a mashup of like you guys in Romexis, or like Landon doing a fucking guest spot on guitar, or some shit. That shit is
What's
fun.
what's the fucking guitar player for Falls Chase?
Bryce.
Dude, that kid fucking shred.
Holy shit.
I would like to do a fucking thing where him and Kyle do a fucking rip off during a solo, or the two of them just fucking.
You little call and response type of shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We played a show with Trial by Stone. Kyle got up and Kyle Steele got up and played solos with over their stuff, and it was pretty rad. And I'd fuck up the lyrics every time Buck has me come up there and sing, and I'm like, dude, I used to. Yeah, this is part of getting old, man.
But you're a hell of a dancer, so there's that.
You need to go rap on a Buck Bonsai song.
Yeah, there's a rapper I would love to see work with Buck Bonsai. This guy named Slim Tugboat. If that dude came out of retirement and rapped with Buck Bonsai, it'd be pretty badass. Slim Tugboat. He had some bangers, man.
He did.
I don't know him.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. You mean you can't read it? But yeah, some collaboration stuff would be cool. Yeah, man. I need to get my ass out to Legacy on the Riverfront for the karaoke nights, because
Oh, they're a lot of fun.
They're a
looks
really good
awesome.
time.
And like, I think I have a video the last time, or I guess the first time I went out there when Jay was playing with Tragic, we went and I did Poker Face karaoke, and that was a good time.
You are one of the greatest karaoke singers I think I've ever seen.
Can't sing, can't carry a tune in a bucket, but it's
No,
entertaining.
not for fucking shit.
Yeah,
But it's
But
fun.
it's funny.
yeah.
It's entertaining.
It's like Jack
I
Black
have
without
that
the musical
video.
talent. I have the video as well.
Reed has the video, too.
I have it. Reed.
Video of Reed making a video.
Yeah, even better.
I think last time we went out to karaoke at the Legacy, I ended up shirtless in the parking lot.
You did.
Yeah. Right?
There's a
Yes.
a woman. Her name is Shay Marie. She's won the karaoke contest 2 times in a row.
Is that the
And
lady that sings with a beer in her hand?
I don't know. If
I
she's-
see pictures all the time. I'm like, man, it looks awesome.
I don't know if she sings with a beer. I haven't
She
noticed
got like
that.
red hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She beat out Kurt Rogers.
It just looks like
She
can sing.
beat out. Yes.
No,
I think that broad has been singing over there. Though.
I don't know.
I think
Wait,
you're
what did
right.
you say her name was?
Shay Marie. She beat out Kurt. She beat out Dick.
She beat a dick. You walked into it, bud.
Wow.
She beat a dick
On
on.
stage.
She beat out Jason Cup.
Oh man.
Yes.
Eat a dick in a cup.
And she beat a dick into a cup.
I still wish he.
I hope
so
she's
I
not
can see
listening
how
to
she
this.
wins.
I wish
I
he.
mean, if you can do that,
Because
you're
look,
winning.
I'm a professional mechanic. I ain't got that kind of
Dexterity.
time. Yeah.
I still
Well, I
wish
got dexterity, baby. This is time. I don't
Jason
have time.
Cup would do the band that I pitched to him. It's 2 girls, 1 Jason Cup,
No.
and
And no.
Two girls, one solo cup.
No. 2 girls, 1 Jason Cup, and all they do is sing backup while he's singing and playing. So it's clever. Get on the internet if you haven't Googled this. 2 girls, 1 cup. You're welcome.
And cake farts.
Gila says, oh, I clicked off of it. How come it's not clicking? Oh my God, do we not have internet access? 'Cause Heyo!
We're black. I mean, we're back.
We are back.
And we're canceled.
Gila says, what up, homies? We are Rockadillians. We had a name change. Yes, some a little shorter that you can spell, but still mispronounce. We might have a show for you guys coming up this summer. Still trying to figure it out.
Hell yeah.
I would love to
We're
see
in.
a Romexis Thunder the Snake show.
But that's Gilla. That there's the kids from Rockdillians.
Yeah. No, totally different band. But
I loved. I remember we played the PACT show and like we were staggered just enough to where we got to see a little bit of them, and I was like, dude, the fucking makeup, like
whose phone is on the table?
Randy's.
Just keep it away from the mic, course.
Keep it away, keep
It does that whole
keep it
fucking
away now.
clicky thing like.
Anyway, the Rockdillians kids, the makeup and everything, and I was like, dude, this fucking makes me feel like a young man again, because this is shit like growing up watching. What was it, the Co-op? Did you go to the shows of the Co-op?
I did.
So you're new to the Tallahassee area. There used to be this wife swapping
It's still there.
living facility.
It's still
I don't
there.
know if it's a still wife swapping living.
Well, I mean, the old people are still there.
Yeah,
What's
probably.
the
Miccosukee Land Co-op.
Miccosukee Land Co-op. So the Co-op
It's
used
a bunch
to
of
host,
fucking hippies.
host these shows, and
yeah.
all the kids, like hardcore bands and all that shit. Anyway, we would go to those
yeah,
shows.
we used to go watch hardcore bands.
Yeah, it was like
Like
$1,
Myrtle?
$2 Myrtle, a tenfold, and fucking. But the moms would sit in the back and sell brownies and shit at
Rice
this little thing.
Krispie treats.
And Rice Krispie treats.
It was almost like a Tesla rocket.
Yeah. So you get to meet anyway. Long story short, took me back to my God. Stop saying that. Get a better catchphrase.
Yeah, Ian.
Fuck that and a pack of Pringles. Let me tell you something. It took me back to my youth. So that's where I went with that. Meow.
Hot sauce
We would
on my
love to
dick
play
hole.
a show with you guys. Hot sauce on the dick. Hot dog roller? Roller dogs?
roller dog?
But you have to whisper it when you say it.
Fucking your mom's in the chat, bro.
That's why I didn't tell my fucking sex and Daytona
That's
Beach
right.
story.
She says, I may not be mobile, but I'm agile and hostile.
Fuck yes.
yeah. Love Thunder, the snacks. Love Mama Shane. Hell yeah.
So,
I'm hanging out with her next show.
dude, Sharon's
Saturday at
Yeah.
926.
You'll end up being best friends with Sharon before you know it.
That's fucking great, dude.
That gal's never met a stranger.
That is true.
Dude, fucking A, man. So Shane and I hanging out, whatever, and like I have to go swing by, pick him up, and he's like, "Oh, just pick me up at my mom's house." I'm like, "Oh, all right." And he's doing something, and all of a sudden, Sharon's like, "Mason," I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" She's like, "Hey, you go finish the yard," and I'm like, "Finish the yard? What the fuck are you talking about?" She's like, "The lawnmower." I'm like, "You want me to fucking mow your yard?" She's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, So I fucking crunk it up and finished doing 2 or 3 laps. I'm sweating my balls off. Shane's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "Your mom asked me to finish mowing the yard." He's like, "God damn it!" And like, this is like fucking just out of nowhere. Shouldn't even known I was there. She's just like, "Hey, can you finish mowing the yard?" I'm like, "Yeah, all right." So, yeah.
Coming to find out, our mothers went to high school together.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, weird.
That makes it automatically you have to mow the yard.
I feel
Apparently,
like, yeah. So.
Did you have to take off the overalls?
Oh no. This is back in my real thick days.
thickums.
Yeah, you know.
You had thicker days?
I had thicker days. I had 100 pounds thicker. I at a point in time I was thicker in the face, and my cheeks were a lot bigger, and I looked slightly Asian in the eyes.
That's robust.
Yeah, I was a heftier guy. So thanks to Bush Light and taking a ride on my motorcycle from Tailor Made Motorcycles, I was able to
Feel the wind.
beneath my huevos. Anyway,
Rancheros.
While you're mowing people's yards, huh?
yeah,
That's how he lost all the weight. Is he was mowing
fuck that
random
and a pack of
yards.
Pringles. I'm just telling you what I know.
All right, Shane, I have a feeling for this one's you as well. I think out of the entire table, I think that you can answer this the fastest and probably really accurate. Because I know you've thought about it. If you were a necrophiliac, which celebrity would you dig up?
B. Arthur.
I was gonna go Betty White.
Oh, that's way better. Actually,
She
probably.
hasn't been in the ground that long.
Yeah. Not a bad idea.
Long enough, though.
It's been over a year now.
I mean,
Let's say they're only 2 days down.
As the grandson of a mortician,
how about this? How about
It's
this?
fine.
Yeah.
Let's rearrange the question. Name a celebrity that, if they were dead, you would pontificate with.
Oh, you talking about fresh, like still on a
Well,
slab?
Yeah, they're dead, which still is necrophilia.
Selma Hayek. Alicia Silverstone.
Is she
Yes.
still hot?
Yes, she is.
Bill Clinton.
Yeah, but he's asking for it.
I don't care if he is or not.
I think alive, dead or alive, he'd probably take it.
Well, he's gonna take it.
It's that blue dress, baby.
Natalie Dormer.
Who's that? I don't
Game
know
of
who that
Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Yes.
is. Which one? Which one of Game of Thrones?
She played one of the.
She played roller dog.
Oh, Roller Girl is a good.
Natalie Dormer.
Heather.
Robert Baratheon's brother, Renly Baratheon, his wife
Marjorie Tyrell.
Marjorie Tyrant.
Sorry, it took me a minute.
Yes.
I was on Roller Girl, Heather Graham, but I had to come back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go.
Natalie Dormer. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Listen, I'm gonna go old school. I got this thing about like crazy brunettes that'll
Nancy
kill you.
Reagan.
Betty Page.
No. It'd either be
I do that
Alyssa
too.
Milano or like Alanis Morissette.
Alanis Morissette.
Isn't
I had a girlfriend
isn't that ironic?
It would be ironic
Oddly like.
Don't you
because I
think?
loved Dave Coulier growing up.
That is ironic.
A little too ironic.
Hey, when you listen to that song, you're like, dude, she's chugging.
It's like rain.
It's like that's not even ironic.
She was. Oh yeah, that's not
Yeah,
irony.
yeah.
That's just no. I'm thinking of like Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, she's chugging
that
on
like
Dave
Plan B
Coulier's
you
dick
choke
in a
on?
movie theater.
Oh.
That's wild. Like,
Beth Hart.
I need a fucking crazy
Did you
brunette
say
like
Bret
that.
Hart?
And then I married a
Beth.
crazy kind of reddish haired
Well,
lady.
Bret
I mean,
Hart.
Bret Hart. Yeah, I'd probably
Yeah,
pick
it
it.
depends on what era.
You talking about Beth, like Crocodile Hunter's wife, or Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife?
No.
Okay.
Beth Hart.
Beth Hart.
Wait, didn't she have a big ass fucking thing too? A big
Didn't
ass,
Bret Hart have a kid named Beth?
Maybe.
Isn't she a wrestler?
I don't know.
No,
Charlotte.
that was
chick I'm
the
thinking
British
of is
Bulldogs kid. She's still wrestling.
Charlotte
Name's
Flair's hot.
Beth Phoenix.
Oh, Beth Phoenix.
Isn't she, she's a Heart Foundation kid.
Heart Foundation kid. Roller dogs.
Roller Dogs. I'm making that shirt tomorrow.
We all answer any. So, any other comments? No. Okay.
Oh, you guys aren't gonna fuck a dead body. Cool. Whatever.
I mean,
They call it a stiff for a reason.
gotta get.
I think the obvious answer is the wrestler rigor mortis.
Dude, that was such a weird. Because that wasn't that canon.
That was what was that WCW?
Yeah, but
Nitro
wasn't
era?
Yeah, but wasn't that canon?
I think it was
Or Chris Canyon.
Chris Canyon.
And then he changed his name to Rigor Mortis or Mortis.
It was first. It was rigor mortis.
Oh, it was Mortis.
Then it
and
was
Canyon.
mortis.
Who knows?
Who cares? It was Nitro era.
Yeah, bowling
WCW.
pursuit. Yep.
I couldn't. Yeah, I never got much into W. Their fucking characters are just shit.
What was? Yeah.
I like WWF.
I mean, the NWO storyline was good for the first year. Then it was shit.
Well, because then it was like, all right, let's
Let's redo. Like,
yeah.
everybody's in NWO.
Well,
and then,
if you really think about it, the NWO is just segregation of the rest of not by color but by faction. It was like either you're with us or against us, and they separated a whole organization and ruined all the storylines.
right.
So and ultimately you blame Eric Bischoff for all of that. If y'all aren't watching Viceland's Dark Side of the Ring or Tales from the Territory, and you even remotely sniffed a fart that had to do with wrestling in the 80s and 90s, do yourself a treat and watch Dark Side of the Ring or Tales from the Territory. Both
One of
great
my
shows.
most terrifying moments as a child, I wadded up a paper cup and slung that bitch as hard as I could and bounced that motherfucker right off Nikolai Volkov's head. And he spun around and locked eyes with me, and I was like, fuck, I'm dead.
You want to know what's fucked up?
I'm so dead.
Until
He
last,
never killed me, by the way.
Until last year,
Spoiler alert.
I didn't know he wasn't really Russian. Until last year.
He's like from Minnesota.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm Nikolai Volkov, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck? I
Tales
watched
of the
this
Dark Side.
interview of it, and I'm like,
Good day.
What
I
the
am
f-
Nikolai Volkov, and I
holy
name is-
shit, that dude had
My
me
name's
hating.
Gary Plashke. I'm
Yeah.
from Manitoba.
Yeah, he's like,
Minnesota.
I'm from Manitoba, Minnesota, and I do all these things.
I
And
love the cheese curds.
I love the cheese curds, and I
I was,
Don't
I
you
was
know?
Nikolai Volkov.
and I was like,
I
wait a
shovel a
minute.
bunch of snow, don't
Until
you know?
last year, and I saw that, and my wife's like, "What's wrong?" I was like,
My
"That
whole-
guy, my
my
whole
whole childhood is
was
a lie."
built on hating fucking Russia because of that guy." Because
He's not even Russian.
Ivan Koloff.
Ivan Koloff, Nikita Koloff, and the
Some CIA
yeah.
fucking MK
The-
Ultra shit.
And
dude.
then the Iron Sheik.
the Iron Sheik. I hated those motherfuckers.
I mean,
And,
the
like,
Iron Sheik was Iranian.
And I watched
but
the
whatever.
documentary Red Dawn, thinking that, goddamn, I'm gonna get ready for this
First
shit.
of all, that's a documentary.
Yeah, that's what I said. And then she found out. She was like, "Holy shit! You thought that dude was really Russian?" I was like, "I did."
Got another.
No reason not to.
Got another empty one for me.
No reason not to think that he wasn't Russian.
I mean, that dude kayfabe the best of them.
Well, I am
Wrestling
sorry.
is real life.
What the fuck was his name? Gary. What?
Nikolai
Plashke.
Gary Plachke. We
Yeah.
don't know his real name.
Yep.
I could look it up. It's on the internet. But
I apologize, guy from Minnesota, for bouncing that cup off your head. My bad. I was a stupid kid. Kids do stupid shit. I also got thrown out of school because I was the only kid that could stand on the fence and throw a fucking clothesline. So I was automatically Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
hell yeah, that guy murdered his wife. By the way,
Yeah, I did not do that.
most people didn't know that.
I have alibis,
Allegedly.
alleged alibis. You can ask me any moment of my life. I am fully fucking accounted for by human beings.
Are you
Mostly.
referring to?
Jimmy Superfly Snuka murdered his wife.
Allegedly.
Well, excuse me,
Was it accidental?
allegedly. He was never convicted, but the DNA says.
Neither was Chris Benoit.
Well,
Fuck you, man. Listen. that Chris Benoit.
Was that the ghost?
That was probably Chris Benoit. Yeah.
I hope
It was
it was.
gravity.
Or a ghost.
More like depravity.
You can't see gravity. Birds aren't real.
First of all, birds aren't real.
Birds are animatronics.
Are y'all fucking high? Yes. Okay. Well,
Yeah, they're government
Fucking
CIA
can of
fucking
Pringles.
spy off
That's
shit.
what I know.
No, it's put hot sauce in your foreskin.
You gotta fill it up like a bowl.
All right. Fuck a can of Pringles. Here's what I know.
Roller dogs.
Roller. Fucking roller dog. Roller dog.
Pussy juice.
Pussy
Yeah,
juice.
you blocked
Dang
it
old
off.
pussy juice cocktail, man. The butthole pleasures and the pussy juice cocktail.
Oh, yes.
4-year version.
Yes.
Not about the.
That's such a
Cleveland
and
steamer.
speaking of other people that murdered the other Indian and that
Oh
he
yeah.
murdered his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently murdering wives is like a big thing. I don't know why.
Apparently.
Look, everybody's got to have a hobby.
Such a fucked up hobby.
Yours is motorcycles.
Yours the most
The one,
build
the one
motorcycles, some
that
people
I
murder
had
wives.
divorced me before I got to that point. So
That's good. Good
Yeah.
for you, man.
At least you didn't get murdered.
yeah.
Yeah. As long as nobody gets murdered, it's a good day.
My wife told me there's 2 ways out of our marriage. There's a natural death, and then there's a shallow grave in South Georgia where nobody will ever find my body.
She
So-
calls that natural death.
I mean, that still could be natural.
There is no way out for you.
I'm okay with it.
I mean, if you think about it, getting stabbed to death is
Listen.
pretty fucking natural.
what it's funny as shit is like
There's holes in your person. So all your outside or all your
Holes that are
insides go outside.
Naturally, you're going to die.
That's natural.
yeah, that is natural because the holes are not conducive to support life processes.
Say you
Like,
drink a bunch
Yep,
of rat poison.
yep.
Naturally, you're gonna die.
that is a natural,
Excuse me.
yeah, perfect example.
Now you want to clean up, Rob?
I wanted
Yes.
it's bothering him. His OCD's OCD's nuts.
worse.
Look, that ain't the first time Shane's elbow's been wet. You know what I'm saying?
True story. There was that time in Daytona. I was high on hallucinogens.
Plus, I feel like a fucking road show with this fucking group, bringing it back to the booking parties, the issues with booking. I feel like if we took these cats to Daytona like we did with the metal
I
band,
love Molly Browns.
I don't know if we. I know we would all come back, but it would be.
They would come back changed.
Yeah, they would. Jay came back changed.
He did.
That was a wonderful story. Hey, there's that guy.
We're not allowed to tell
This
that on
dick
the
ain't
internet.
real.
Landon says this dick ain't real. Views on boobies. What's your views on boobies?
I like the view.
Big or little areolas?
Yes.
My thing is here's the deal with boobies. The other day, somebody, and I forgot what comedian. It was Ron White. And he's like, listen, I don't care if they're up here, they're this big, this and that. He's like, I don't see them. And if girl fucking throws them things out and siskies, and he's like, all right, roll them back up. Like, I'm gonna look at them.
Roll back up.
Roller dog.
I don't. Yeah. And you got roller dogs.
I want a picture of a Circle K roller dog machine with titties.
The titties in it.
Listen, I'm a
Roll-
fan.
Rolling around. A few
I-
wrinkled ones
yeah.
on the bottom
Yeah.
because they get shuffled.
Well, you know those dogs.
between-
Those dogs that are on there for a whole bunch of time, they get a little wrinkly. They go shrivel up.
In between making coffee.
But you're
I'm
still,
gonna look at
you're
'em.
still gonna eat them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna eat them. You might look at them. I'm gonna eat them.
Do women feel the same way about balls?
Here's the thing. There's
They have to. Have
Let-
you seen?
can-
Have you
let's-
seen a set of balls?
Say that into a microphone, please, sir.
do women feel the same way about balls? Let's take a second. There is nothing like women find things attractive in men that like men are like, wait a minute, what? And you're like, oh yeah, the way your fucking your quadricep on your leg and your hamstrings separate and like there's this divot. Women find that shit or something weird like that. Or if it's like, oh yeah, when you're the dimple in your back.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
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 Back
So
dimple.
it's the weirdest shit like that. Dudes are like, yeah, I like titties. I like it when a girl's beaver looks like an old catcher's mitt. I like it when her butt cheeks are like fucking two fucking Christmas hams fighting for who's getting served, you know? Women, it's like, oh yeah, he's got this one freckle that's like under his fucking left eye, and it's like, oh my god. And you're just like, that's the shit that gets you going. It's not like, hey, how's that dude's dick neck? They're like, yeah, no, it's a dick. Who cares? They're never like, he's got the best fucking balls. It's like It's like Botox nutsack or something. Girls aren't like that. They're just like, oh, his big toe, it's so fucking cute, and it gets me every time. Women are just built different, man.
Well, I got to use smoothing cream everywhere.
Right. The Botox cream
What?
on my nutsack has been fantastic. So,
Softer on my hands.
Yeah.
belly buttons, nipples.
And they make it
weird
mint flavor,
stuff.
too.
Yeah.
So it freshens their breath.
Landon's
Right,
got
so-
3 nipples, and yeah.
Yeah, but the third one is a penis. Yeah, balls for life, Landon says. Shout out Falls Chase.
So this motherfucker right here, Landon.
Dude, he was asleep last week in your chair, so
That's not surprising. This festival that they had in Crawfordville.
how was that?
It was cool. It was
I did
cool.
not make it. I wanted to. But
The Tall Pines, or not Tall Pine, what is it? It's
Pine Tree Church.
It's yeah.
So
Pine Church.
one of the guys finished a couple minutes early, and Landon, this
We've all been
motherfucker
there.
right here, just fucking, hey, there's a guitar right there, and there's a stage. Can I get on? And the guy runs like, yeah, sure. And so of course Landon gets up and just fucking kills it.
Yeah, he was born 20 plus years too early.
I know, right?
Because, like, watching his antics and all the shit, I was like, he didn't copy that. That's not what they were doing. But then, like, the way he sings, you're like, he doesn't give a fuck, man. Like, he's like, if it sounds good and it's going to blow my voice out and I'll never sing again, I don't give a shit. Like, that dude puts it all on stage and does his thing. That whole band is just fucking wild, man. And the only thing that remotely has common sense is, what's the bass player's name?
Harry?
Harry. And Harry, he's...
He ain't got no. That's a
Very-
motherfucker that thinks birds ain't
there-
real.
Right. Well, that's
You
the
fucked
thing.
up when you said
What I'm
bass
saying
player.
is Harry was keeping it together, and then last
Bass
week I
player.
saw that he doesn't believe fucking birds are real, and he said some
Bass
other shit.
players.
I was like, dude, that kid.
So now you know.
Yeah.
Bass players.
There is
So it
no-
might
yeah,
actually
there's
be,
that.
Bass players.
Bass players.
yeah.
Can't trust them.
No, fuck no. Not as far as you can throw them. Would you throw a drowning bass player?
Throw a drowning bass player?
At anchor.
His amp. Yeah, pretty much same thing.
I could swim with mine. I got that orange terror bass.
Does that thing float?
No,
They
but it
weigh.
don't weigh nothing. It ain't
Weighs
an
less than a
SVT
mouse's
too.
nutsack.
I run Ampeg. My load in takes 2 days. I
Listen,
have to
I
load in
fucking-
one day and then
yeah.
play it the next.
Well,
He used to have fucking
I'm
I used to
worn
have
out.
8
SVT.
2 classic
9 billion.
with the fucking, it was a 78-pound amp and then like another fucking 40-pound flight case. Fuck that thing.
Yeah, my I had the SVT Pro 2
Yeah.
with a Furman power conditioner,
Yeah.
so that weighed 90 pounds. And then I carried the fridge, the 810,
Yeah.
Ampeg 810, which is 163 pounds. And yeah, it was a fucking workout. So I load in the day before the show, that way I could rest up in order to play the show. Then I'd play the show and then come back the next day for my shit. It was a 3-day thing.
Yeah.
And nowadays you don't need fucking stage volume at all.
No, you just walk in with a little box and be like, here, plug me in. I already got all my amp modeling,
Dude,
whatever the fuck I
Shaggy,
need.
when we played the PACT show for Christmas, I was like, hey, there's a line out on the amp, and I didn't need fucking. Oh, those
Sons of bitches.
fucking roller dogs.
Birds are a conspiracy.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. That's word on the street.
Why did you have to say shit like that?
No,
Because-
they started it last week.
It,
Yeah, birds are real.
You hear about that shit that China did way back in the 40s?
What did China do?
They wanted to stop the birds from eating all the crops. So they decided to run all the birds off. And they killed all the birds and scared all the birds away and all that shit. And it worked. China had no birds. So the insects came in and fucking destroyed all the crops. We need birds. Even
Birds
if
and
they
then people
are,
starved.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Even if they are just CIA spy drones. We need them to eat the fucking bugs.
Can we all agree though that mosquitoes are fucking useless?
Mosquitoes are useless. Yeah.
Mosquititos.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what they do.
They are the
They
Florida.
spread AIDS.
Mosquitoes are the Floridian state bird.
Get big old
Or-
heads. Big old fucking
or-
heads.
The thing is, mosquitoes are hit or miss. Like, you don't get them all the time. And there's a fucking pond of sorts behind me where you would be like, yeah, mosquito time. Sometimes they're bad, sometimes they're not.
They still suck, though.
I mean, yeah, they suck
Literally.
blood, literally. Yep.
That's how they
Yeah.
live.
yeah, it's stupid.
I'm not a fan of them. If you were like, hey,
They're like white
mosquitoes,
trash vampires.
they're fucking white trash winged vampires, man.
Hanging out at the goddamn.
They're not as
trailer park.
cool.
White trash vampires.
They don't have as much
album.
money.
That's an album title.
Nobody wants to hang out with them.
Can't read.
No, yeah,
When was the last time you saw a mosquito reading?
yeah,
Exactly.
fuck those guys.
Yeah.
They don't even care what blood type you have. You know, they're just sucking. They're just sucking everybody.
Whores.
I know, right?
Ticks are just
Filthy fucking.
Ticks are bad, but the thing with ticks is they fuck you up with Lyme disease. You're like,
Make you allergic to beef.
yeah, dude, I worked with a guy. So we went on a camping trip and we found this fucking coon dog.
He's
out-
allergic to your beef.
Now he is.
Hell yeah.
We found this coon dog
Shout out his beef.
tracking with us. Yeah. Tasty beef, that is.
Sop choppy sliced beef. Chop cheese. or
Is it
whatever
is
you call
it is it
whatever
a
you call
sausage or is it more of a haggis?
Okay. My wiener? We talking about my roller dog? We talking,
It's definitely haggis.
dude,
I'm trying to get involved in
Hey.
your story, but you keep talking about your weenus.
all you single fellas out there, slide up in a girl's DM and ask. That's where we need to go from here.
Or ask her if she prefers Polish sausage
Oh, yeah.
or more like
no,
haggis.
just say, hey, what that roller dog do? Oh, if I'm a
or
girl,
or
If
even
that
better,
roller dog
black.
do, boy.
Or,
There
or,
you go.
or how do you feel about black pudding? Blood sausage.
oh yeah, Blutwurst is what it's called in Germany.
Yeah.
If I'm a girl and I'm trying to play it forward, I'm gonna hit a dude up tonight with the fucking what that roller dog do.
I pray for that text.
Ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, you heard it here first. If ladies, not gentlemen, if ladies are looking to get in the pants of the lead singer of the revolutionizing band Thunder the Snake, slide into the DMs of Shane.
New lead singer of Roller Dogs.
Slide into the DMs of Shane and ask what that roller dog do.
So you know,
I'm gonna get Mama Sharon
good
another
goddamn well,
grandkid.
if you hear roller dog from the crowd, it's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
me.
Oh,
No, I'm
you know
jumping
we
off
should
stage.
we should redo Van Halen's Panama to roller dog, roller dog.
Kyle, get on that cover.
I feel the heat coming off of my meat.
Dude,
I mean, you don't even have to change most of the lyrics.
I'm running, she's running. Oh yeah,
I'm running.
Hey,
she's running.
if you guys were to do a cover, like to really fucking do a cover, what you got? What would you do?
So the problem is this:
There's 6 members in the band.
there's six members of the band,
answers.
and all 6 of us won't agree on.
It also
anything.
depends on what time of day it is.
Okay.
So the other thing is this: we've agreed on like, hey, let's cover this. Everybody's like, hell yeah! And then like we were going to play at the PACT show. Everybody was in agreement to play fucking Social Burn Down, just as like a tribute
Yeah.
to those guys. And then as we play, like we literally, that song is not difficult. So we were like, oh, bang, hit it. And then like the next practice was like, well, I don't know him. And everybody starts him-hawing about it. And I was like, not fucking
I'm a
worth
little
it.
mad about that. I wouldn't play it.
And there's been other stuff, and I was like, yeah, it'd be cool to do a cover. But the problem is none of us will be like, yeah, let's do that. And the only cover we've ever played was another local band song, and it was Bar Stools and Fistfights by a band,
Whiskey.
that very short-lived band called
Big Whiskey.
Big Whiskey.
Big whiskey.
Yeah, which was an offshoot of Capital Speedway, which is an offshoot of the new band, The Constant.
You know, it came full circle.
Well,
Capital-
you
Capital
don't like Maynard
Speedway
James Keenan,
split,
so never
and
be
then
a
Big Whiskey,
Oh,
and then there was
that's a
Caleb
perfect
McLeod and
circle.
the Constant.
Yeah.
Now there's the Constant.
yeah,
It's a big incestuous relationship,
pretty much.
mostly involving Evan. And Caleb.
There's
just
a
Evan
lot.
and
There's a
Caleb.
lot of groups doing that. Have you guys thought about doing a 27 South song?
So
Because you guys had some hits. You guys had some bangers back in the day.
We didn't.
I still got the
hits,
fucking shirt.
uh,
If I got a shirt, that means it's good shit.
but
That's the way the rules go. That's the rules.
we would probably have to,
practice it.
yeah, practice it, and then guitar-wise tuning, and then fucking. Kyle is a very talented guitar player. He is not on board with playing.
He doesn't
Like,
want to play metal.
There is some stuff we play currently. He's like, this is not for me. And we're like, dude, just fucking hold on and do it. And he is one of the funnest band members I've ever been in a band with. But, like, we would have to go get somebody else to jump in and be like, hey, come play this with us. He could play it. It's just not his thing.
He doesn't want to play. Yeah, it's not a talent thing. He's just not into it.
Right.
But then again, most of us aren't currently in shape to play that.
Man, I can play all our shit.
I can scream all that shit.
Oddly
I
enough.
better. I'm gonna be in the studio screaming at.
Yeah, so.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah, there you go. Off the record.
breaking news.
Breaking news 27
27 South in the studio.
is going to actually wrap up an album
Oops.
that we've had in process for
10 years.
for years, and it's probably going to be named 10-Year Itch because
That's just funny.
well, it's funny, and the shit was like we stopped playing X amount of years ago, and we got with Woody, Harvey, and Jay did all the hard work. Like, Jay was just like, hey, do you have a bass I can borrow? I was like, yeah, what do you need it for? He's like, I'll tell you later. And I was like, okay. And he went and fucking recorded everything, and I was like, yeah, I don't give a shit, dude. I was like, you played what I wrote, so I'm good with it. And he's like, the only thing I need the two of y'all do is go sing. I was like, all right, cool. And of course,
Now we
we
just have to do it.
yeah, now we just got to get it done. But it'll be a more polished version of the handful of things that we released, plus a bunch of shit we never released. So should be interesting. Not going to say it's going to fire up a reunion show by any means, but
But if you ask nicely,
I want to play a show with Mark again, or at least one other original member or one other variant member.
there's only 2 original members.
Herbie would be fun to play
There's
with.
2 original members.
I count
left.
Jay as an original member now.
Well, yeah, I mean he's.
Anyway, yeah, fuck that and a can of Pringles. Eventually,
It's hot sauce in your dick hole.
hot sauce,
Hot sauce in your dick
hot
hole.
sauce in your dick hole. With any luck, by the end of 2024, there'll be a 27 South full-length album,
Actually, 2 of them.
or maybe one really big ass one.
I mean, we only have like 22 songs recorded.
It is a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah,
I don't even want to sing that much. I gotta go record 22 songs.
you could do it in one take
That's true.
An accident.
and twice on Sunday.
Well, we are at the 221. How do you guys feel?
I think we have fucking.
You covered it?
We've covered all of it other than Saturday, March 23rd at 926 Bar and Grill, Thunder the Snake, Band of Names, fucking Solomon Hill, not fucking Solomon Hill, just Solomon Hill. And you know what? They're not even on social media, so I don't think it'll ever get to them. But the other people, Counterfeit Stereo, we're going to be rocking your face off and licking your ball sack at 926 Bar and Grill.
Roller dog.
Eating roller dogs and slaying hogs and eating roller dogs.
Slaying hogs, eating dogs.
Yeah, slaying hogs and eating dogs. Doors are at 8:30, shows at 9. We go on first, and then we're going to hang out, swill beer with our friends. Hopefully we'll have some new...
Convince Jeff Allen to come cook wieners in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah. We used to tailgate our shows. Jeff Allen filled in on a reunion show, which was awesome, and we fucking tailgated the... Look at that thing. Oh, there it is. So
This is why it's beautiful.
we'd like to thank our sponsors today, TaylorMade Motorcycles,
I thought our sponsors were Bush Light.
Bush Light, Off the Record Podcast, Prime
Circle
Tattoo
K
Company,
Roller Dogs.
Circle K Roller Dogs.
Black Tyrant Ants.
If we get sponsored by
Black
Bush Light
Tyrant
and
Ants.
Circle K
Dude,
Roller
that'd be
Dogs.
rad. Let's see. As my grandfather used to say, keep your back straight and your pecker hard, and we'll see you in the streets.